Shall we go on 24? Fantastic.
Jack Bauer joke.
Yep. I don't know it. All I know about 24 is that I don't know if like it's timed with like I don't know if it's like from a channel where they didn't have commercials or something, or like if it was timed to include commercials.
I mean, I presume it was because it's just made for TV.
Yeah. But it makes me think of like if you're doing like I'm gonna watch all of season 1 of 24 in like 24 hours and it only takes like 20 hours or something.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
That's why you need to watch the commercial cut that adds in period.
Oh, so true.
Like the fan subs of Madoka that keep in Morning Rescue.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I was gonna say, would I, in like being bullshit, would I watch a version like? Would I acquire a version of an anime that included some kind of commercial break? I don't know what it would be. Maybe a commercial for other releases. This is like our new angle of
elitism that we could do. It's like, oh, you didn't watch it with the commercials at the time to truly appreciate the time and place.
You didn't get the intended pacing of the episode.
I'm just
eye catches are meant to be eye blinks.
Exactly.
I'm just thinking of how like the Ultraman episodes on YouTube have the toy commercials but not subbed.
You know what? That is the equivalent, and I don't care for it. So you know what? Let's go.
I mean, let me
reverse this
because I have to do color timers.
You have to do color. That is true.
I have to work around the commercials.
I don't care for it because they are constantly threatening me with showing me what a future show is.
Yeah.
Like a Blu-ray re-release.
Butter.
Well, I just like hammer the right key. I'm not waiting around.
See, it's always nice when enough people have done that before you that the like jump ahead button is there.
Yes. I am going to take a sip. I'm going to go in. Hello, you are listening to... I read the wrong place. I was about to say episode 48. Let me try that again. Hello, you are listening to Ultra Q, episode 126. My name is Red. I'm joined by Mel.
It's nice that Julian didn't transform before the final episode, I say, as the monkey's paw curls.
Well, yeah, I was like, it's weird that it's not the final episode. I wonder why. Now I know why. Also joined by Brad.
It's not Brad, it's Robot Brad. We built a new me.
Oh my god. No. Inker, do the voice.
Wait, what voice?
Are you sure it's not
awful
Robot Brad
voice
too?
that they presented Jono with, where she's going like, "Hello, You have to treat me like real Jono, but my voice is like this. It sounds like metal being scraped across other metal. Well, welcome, Robot Brad. What happened to other Brad?
Skiing. There's not snow yet.
Naturally.
That might have been why there was an accident.
That is a crucial element. Okay.
I think it's snowing a little bit outside right now.
Oh, shit. Well, yeah, fucking Canadians. I as though you make it snow by being there.
Yeah. Well, that's why there's so much snow in Canada when you congregate the Canadians together.
They call me the Snow Queen from the classic Hans Christian Andersen story.
Yeah.
I think there's a Persona 1 alternate story route about you.
There is. I haven't played it. I should. But I got bored of the other bit of the game.
I like the Snow Queen one better, if it helps.
It has cooler characters. I was like, when I read up on it and found out that I got to hang out with the other set of characters, I was like, oh, I should have played that one.
I can't believe Persona 1 is a near and far side route.
That's true. That's really true, actually. Wow. We watched the last 3 episodes of Ultraman 80. We finished the show.
Graduated.
We graduated from middle school.
Listen, they have those kind of ceremonies.
Yeah, we graduated from middle school, and
we graduated from Ultra Q. Goodbye, everyone.
We graduated from. Have we not quite graduated? We still got a couple of things we haven't graduated from the Showa era yet.
There's a little bit like. Funny enough, I think like the first Heisei thing we have is the Ultra Q movie.
Okay.
But we got like a couple of stragglers in the show era. They're all like standalone. It'll be like a month and a half at most.
Yeah. Well, this is the last Showa era mainline show, so this is a goodbye in a way. It's an interesting batch for a finale, because it feels like it's the last episode is like deliberately underwhelming, deliberately. On
yeah,
purpose.
It's like I think I got like this impression from like just looking peeking around. I forget if I saw it in the trivia in the key episode, but it's like the penultimate episode is kind of like the quote-unquote real finale of the show, and the final episode is more like I guess it's like a wrapping up in a different way.
I think it's an interesting finale. I haven't decided how I actually feel about it, but I'll decide as we speak. As I always do.
Is the least ending feeling set of ending episodes we've had, I think.
Ever.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, I was actually like spoiled on like the name of the final episode like a while back. Not what happens in it, but
would not have helped you figure out what happens in the episode.
Yeah, and it also is like that's certainly a thing to name the last episode of your show.
Yeah, they could have picked a more dramatic name. Is the thing, because there is a dramatic thing happening. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We watched 3 episodes. Would we like to just go straight in?
I mean,
think we should.
That's the format we have now as of this season.
That's the format we have now as of this season. I need to come up with like a like a bit to do at the beginning of an episode, so it's not just right in. We'll see.
I mean, we do kind of just say some bullshit.
We just say some bullshit.
that's how we go.
Yeah. We are kind of, showing how the sausage is made. We are kind of wondering how the swap around of segments is going to suit a finale. I have no idea. We have to test it now, otherwise we'll never know.
Yeah, because before, when we had the not Ultraman stuff first, it was very easy to just go from the episodes to the Kaiju order, and now we are not sure where the Kaiju rankings will go.
Yeah.
But we're going to see. We're going to try it out.
We'll sort it out.
Like the Kaiju.
I have experienced a dramatic drop in feeling like, and maybe this is because 80 is like, we talk about it less, but I have this season experienced, like, I've been like, when an episode's kind of been running long, I haven't felt like I was going mad in the same way as I have previously, and I think it's because we're just talking about other shit that isn't Ultraman at the time. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. We're going to start with episode 48, which is the least important episode. The speedrunner of Death Mountain, featuring Idaten Run. There's going to be a big middle school marathon. No, not that middle school. That middle school's not involved. There is a kid called Masao who has dropped out of training, and Takeshi wants to check in on him. Masao's mother is ill and needs surgery, but she encourages him to run anyway. She's worried about the surgery, but puts on a brave face for Masao. Meanwhile, a kid everyone just calls the Marathon Kid has arrived and is constantly goading everyone to race him at his pace that nobody can keep up for long. The Marathon Kid gets enlisted by the greedy, unscrupulous principal of a middle school to win the marathon for him. Back at HQ, UGM suspect this kid might be Idaten Run, a kaiju from Death Mountain who sometimes takes the form of a boy who runs really fast. And Takeshi's like, Death Mountain? And the captain's like, yeah, it's like some old name for this normal mountain. I was like, okay.
Ganon's there.
Yeah. When the boy's mad,
what he was up to.
Yeah, when the boy's mad, he turns into a giant kaiju and starts rampaging. Guess what? Some kids made Marathon Kid mad, and he turns into the giant kaiju Idaten Run and starts rampaging. UGM deploy, but can't defeat the kaiju, and Takeshi doesn't want to kill Idaten Run if he doesn't have to. It's the day of the marathon, and while everyone else is taking Marathon Kid's bait and running at his pace, Masao has Takeshi and the UGM gang driving alongside him to tell him to keep his own pace. He winds up easily reaching the head of the pack, with Marathon Kid running alongside him. The greedy principal is having none of this. He needs Marathon Kid to win. He sets a dog on Marathon Kid to get him to run faster, but Marathon Kid is deathly afraid of dogs due to some part of his legendary past, and he transforms into Idaten Run. Takeshi turns into 80, defeats Idaten Run, hitting him with a beam that turns him back into the Marathon Kid again, and he agrees to return to Death Mountain. Meanwhile, Masao wins the race, and his mother's surgery goes well. The end.
If I had a nickel for every time a strange kid who is adept at a particular sport came from the mountain in Ultraman 80, I'd have 2 nickels.
Which isn't many, but it is weird it happened twice.
I don't like this mountain legend child as much as the last one, I will say.
You don't like what's the noise he makes?
Something like that.
You don't like that?
It just felt kind of, I don't know, something about this one just didn't do it for me. There's a point where he starts rampaging after those kids like make fun of him, and Ultraman transforms as like, hey, go back to the mountain, stop doing that. And he goes, shut up, and then starts running off screen. And then it just cuts to the next morning and everything's fine. And
everything's
I'm like,
fine.
Did he just stop? Like, did he go back?
Yeah, that's why it didn't even make it into the summary. It's completely irrelevant.
I like.
I'll go for it.
I like that one of the final villains, ADS the Face, is an evil principal.
Yes.
Who's just like, yeah, let's just stick a dog on a child.
Yeah. This guy is just, he's like, he has like this one kid that he's putting all his bets on. He's like, yeah, this kid's gonna do it for our school, and then he gets injured racing the marathon kid, and the principal's like, his Achilles tendon is, it's done. We don't deal with losers. I'm like, that's okay, bro. He's like injured.
If only Takeshi has some kind of gun that could
heal.
solve
Yeah,
the
some
problem.
kind of beam that could heal injuries magically.
No, you just got to use the four humors.
Yeah, exactly. This episode's kind of, I'm like a non-event. I'm like, whatever.
I do like that this in the next episode we get a bit more of like Takeshi interacting with the kid of the week in a way that's like, oh yeah, we see he's still got a bit of teacher Takeshi in the end, which is nice.
I think this kid's all right. I think it's like kind of stock, but I think it's all right. It was very funny when the captain's like explaining who Idaten Run is, and he's like, oh yeah, the legend of the marathon kid who heals everyone that sees him. And I'm like, well, okay.
I do think it's funny how they introduce it's like a monster who loves nothing more than either like watching or participating in marathons or something like that. I'm like, what an oddly specific myth.
I mean, there's lots of oddly specific spirits in mythology.
Also, it can't be a marathon. Marathons are too long. It's not a marathon. I don't know what kind of long distance race this is, but it is categorically not a marathon. Middle school, they're not getting middle school kids to run marathons. Surely. I don't know. Also, if there was like a legendary spirit that wanted to watch marathons, you'd think he'd be Greek.
Don't think about it too much.
Yeah. Oh well, no, we did
in
have
Canada. We do have like a yearly run at schools, the Terry Fox run.
Yeah. How long is the Terry Fox run?
I mean, it's like like maybe an hour at most, and most people are probably just walking. Realistically, because they're the kids don't care.
Oh, we've got this in the UK as well.
Oh, do they?
I've never heard of this in my life.
I mean, it's a Canadian thing because Terry Fox was Canadian.
I see.
Because his whole thing, because we did it every year at school, was like he was like a cancer patient who got like his leg had to get like amputated in his leg, and he's like, I'm gonna run across Canada to like get money.
Oh,
for
that
cancer.
guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize they did like a big run, but yeah, I've heard that story before.
Well, you see, because Canada has so few figures of its own, we gotta latch onto what we got.
I see.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm trying to find the fucking distance this is run. I have no idea. No idea.
Maybe it's just like a thing to like. It might not be said. It might just be a like, oh, everyone get out and run day.
Yeah,
but that would be chaos.
I mean, it is like organized, and also like because of the story of Terry Fox is always linked into like cancer research funding kind of thing. So
I see. Well, what I mean is the individual races or walks or whatever they have might not be a set distance. They might just have a start and end point that's different for each locale.
I'm like I don't know. I'm going SMT law moded. I'm going, surely there should be surely it should all be one length.
You should be able to say one Terry and everyone knows the exact distance you're referring to.
Oh yeah.
I had this thought when listening to the newest abnormal mapping today. I think Now, I haven't played an SMT game to completion, so maybe I'm speaking out of turn, but I think it'd be bolder if they just didn't have a neutral route.
That's Kyoyaku Megami Tensei too.
Oh, interesting.
And the answer is, when you do that, the Chaos Raw's just the happy ending, the Lawl's the bad ending.
No, I thought that was the expansion to the Persona 3.
Oh, yeah, true.
Took you a bit.
Yeah. See, the thing is, like, sometimes, and by sometimes I mean, like, SMT1 and maybe only SMT1, the neutral route can be done well. It's just most of the time it's kind of...
So by sometimes you mean the one time?
Yeah, when it was a secret ending that you actually had to, like, work for, and then they stopped, like, doing that as much.
The other problem is that I would not describe Law and Chaos as like good options to be picking between.
Well, yeah, it's an SMT game. You pick your poison.
Yeah,
coward.
Well, however, Nocturne's Nocturne, and so all is well and all is right in the universe.
Yeah, well, you mean the one where they're like, man, the saliva thing's kind of stupid, let's do something different and interesting,
Yeah.
And then they
immediately
walked that back?
I feel like maybe part of my framing is like my conceptualization of the way people talk about SMT4 and what you have to do to get the neutral ending there.
SMT4 seems like maybe the most brain poisoned about neutral, because Brad sent me the guide for this and I looked into it and said, wait, so you have to avoid, in order to get the fence sitter ending, you have to avoid fence sitting to create a dramatic turn at the end.
Yeah, you basically can't, if you fence it, you're punished by getting out of the neutral ending, because you need to be leaning one way and then switch and go the other way in the final big alignment decision you need to make in that one.
That's
really funny.
They tried to do the, like, oh, what if this is a secret ending type thing again, but I think it was a bad fit for that game.
Because now what people do is, oh, if I want to get the most out of the game, I'll just follow this guide that tells me what options to pick, and I won't play a single side quest.
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell were we talking about?
This kind of mid-episode.
I don't know. I don't even know how we got to this point.
Something to do with Terry Fox.
Because you said you were law-brained about...
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
I thought of, like, the Help a Kid Out episodes. This one, I was kind of like, yeah, it's okay, yeah. I guess, but I have no attachment to this. I think the monster design's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He feels like he could be a fucked up, corrupted Sonic before Sonic existed.
I feel like a fucked up, corrupted Sonic.
Damn.
They did that in on the Dreamcast.
They did do that.
And he was sick as hell. I do like how this kaiju has like wings on his heels, like the Hermes.
Mm-hmm. More evidence of his. Oh, he might actually be into real marathon. Like,
he might have moved
the marathon, right? He might have moved country,
like the goddess Nike in Hokkaido.
Yes, the goddess
who's also an alien
Nike in Hokkaido, she was not built for Nike. That's not.
There's some shit going on. I can't talk about it. There's some shit going on in that game.
Yes, I have seen some. I don't know if we're talking about the same thing. I've seen some.
If I say the word
articles.
Extraction,
no. Okay, never mind. Who made this episode?
This episode was made by. Directed by Kiyohiko Miyasaka, and then written by Matasaburo Mizusawa.
Okay. Mal.
I just remembered Super Slow and Powers was in the same episode as North Satan. Anyway, special effects director is Koichi Takano. Ida Tenran, suit actor Tomohiro Sato. The human form is played by Seiya Kobayashi. Then Kaiju's name is named after Ida-ten Bashari, which is like I think like an idiom that translates to Skandadash, because the Ida-ten is the Japanese name for the Buddhist deity Skanda, who's known for like running.
Okay. I see.
I just thought, hey, there's some
There we go.
mythological stuff.
Very cool. Is there anything else to say about this episode? I don't have much. I had literally one note.
Is Skanda in SMT?
Well, that's a good question.
Skanda is a persona in Persona 2
Oh, there we go.
of the Justice Arcana.
Cool.
Interesting.
Do we want to talk about the main events this week?
Yeah.
Okay. Episode 49. 80's Greatest Peril. Transform Lady Ultraman.
Oh, I like the books episode better. 80's Greatest Pinch. Transform Ultra Woman.
Die, Pinchy. It's the most die that the Pinchy has ever been. UGM, featuring Plasma and Minasma. UGM investigates, that doesn't say some, that says som, as in the battle. UGM investigates some weird radio waves and discover 2 kaiju buried underground, working together to try to create radio waves that make UGM think there's 14 of them. The captain says their discovery is to be top secret. Not even Sarah can know. A kid. I don't know what's happening with me today. A kid called Tsutomu wants to join UGM one day and shows off his new radio kit he got to Takeshi. At night, Tsutomu unintentionally tunes into the kaiju radio frequency, and the sound makes his dog freak out. He talks to Takeshi about it, and Takeshi lies really badly, saying, "Oh yeah, it's a technical issue thing. Don't tell anyone about it though, only because you might freak people out unnecessarily." Later, he tells Yulian how bad he feels about the lie, and Yulian says, "Why? You lie to these people all the time." And he's like, "Now, come on, that's different."
It's funny that Yulian is bringing this up, and Takeshi is like, "Nah," as if like that wasn't Emi's last words.
Yeah. And also,
yeah.
Can I ask a very
Mm-hmm.
Why did he lie to the kid? Actually, what would have been the harm? Would have been like, "Oh yeah, this is weird. We'll check it out."
So I thought there's the justification in this episode is supposed to be that they want to keep the fact that they have figured out that it's only 2 kaiju top secret. I think it's a real stretch. Why he has to lie.
Yeah.
Because, the whole episode I was tracking, the way they talk about the radio signal and, the secrecy behind it, the whole time I felt like I was having trouble with, the logic there, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Yulian says, "Why do you feel bad about lying? You lie to these people all the time." And he's like, "That's different. We have a duty. We can't tell them who we are." Tsutomu tunes into the same frequency again that night and hears more weird noises. Alright, something's up. Time to investigate. He tricks Sarah into letting him into UGM HQ, and he listens in as the team mentions the source of the radio waves is from Mount Neo. Now, I don't know what UGM considers maximum security top secret information. How do we keep that? There's just a kid outside their fucking door listening to them.
I don't think Bolton needed the permission of a kid to sneak inside.
No, he didn't. He could have just got in. Sarah would have let him in. Tsutomu decides to investigate further. After all, he's going to be a UGM officer one day. Takeshi hears that Tsutomu tried to visit him at HQ, but then suddenly left, and he figures out what's happened. He arrives on the scene as the kaiju plasma is beginning its attack. He finds Tsutomu, and the other kaiju Minasma appears. Takeshi is injured, but he sends Tsutomu to safety and then transforms into 80. Unfortunately, he's getting wrecked. Yulian wants to transform to help, but Takeshi says, "No, don't do it. If I lose here, then you'll be alive to protect the Earth. But if we both lose here, Earth will be defenseless." And Yulian says, "Takeshi, have you ever heard of defeat in detail?" and transforms into Yulian Ultraman. And I guess I should have been calling her by her human name when she's untransformed. I don't... Oh, well. Too late now. Yeah.
This wasn't important.
Yulian and Ultraman work together to defeat the kaiju. Tsutomu has learned his lesson and won't make reckless mistakes anymore. Watching the sunset, Takeshi tries to lecture Yulian about how reckless her decision was, and she cries and says she wishes that she'd been born an Earthling, and leaves. The end.
Apparently scanned as in more SMT games under the name Kartakea.
There you go. So I just have to get this out of the way, right? Because there's actually, actual character motivation stuff to talk about. However, Takeshi being like, I'm getting beat up by 2 kaiju. If I lose, then you have to be alive to fight them. And it's like, no, but like then she'll get beat up by 2 kaiju. You're fucking stupid. You're just being a fucking moron. No one ever.
Well, Takeshi was always
this.
more of like a literature teacher than a math teacher.
This is true. You know what? He should have paid attention when OG Ultraman was telling him about killing aliens. Maybe he'd have learned something.
I can't believe the final boss is plus Lan Minun.
Yes. Yeah, I've got this as plasma and minasma, but this is, plus minus.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get the Yulian transformation. She turns into Ultraman against 80's wishes, saves the day.
I unfortunately feel like a lot of the weight of this was kind of squashed for me because I spent the whole rest of the episode being like, okay, why couldn't we have just done this right away? Like, literally second episode after she showed up. Like,
I wonder how much it is like it took them a while to make the suit. I have no idea what's going on behind the scenes, to be honest. Like, that's the one thing I couldn't find is like why it took so long.
I think it was like a, big reveal kind of thing, maybe. It's I think they managed to squeeze a little drama out of how, like, the fact that she hasn't transformed yet, through the whole, like, her, because we've had constantly Takeshi being like, no, you have to be as human as possible, and she's like, but you transform into Ultraman. He's like, I'm the defender of Earth, and then we got the conflict here right at the end. I think it's interesting that at the end of this episode, they don't like agree, they don't like make up or anything. She just runs off crying, and he stands watching the sunset.
Yeah, he's like, I liked you better when you did nothing in the show. Stop doing things.
Woman, what are you? Get behind me.
I did not. Because, like, I knew this was going to come eventually, and when it did, I was just like, this is maybe the most boring version of this you could have done. I don't know. It's so late to the game, and it's so obligatory after feeling like they have had no idea what to do with this character that I'm just like, why'd you even bother? And it would have been something if they foreshadowed this more with the previous episodes featuring Yulian trying to help out. Like, I mean, even if they wanted to, they could have, the ridiculous healing beam plot thing, they could have fleshed out into more of, like, an actual point of drama of, like, we have a duty, like, to use the stuff we have to help these people out, and then 80 could disagree with that maybe, and flesh it out into more of like an actual divide between these two characters. But it constantly feels as though it's just like, no, like, Takashi's right about all this, and then, like, towards the end here, she's like, well, he's getting his ass kicked, so I'm gonna do the right thing and help him out, because that's what friends do. In a way that I'm just like, come on. But
yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I find it interesting that this conflict between this like little last minute conflict between the two characters right in the, like, the last scene of the episode is not like this episode is not a two-parter with the next episode, right? This is not like something that's in conversation with the captain and his position on what Ultraman should do. I
mean, it does come up a little bit, because like the fight here does impact some of his decision making that next episode, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess. It sort of doesn't count in my brain. It
to be fair, it does feel a little forced and like it was added in last second.
Yeah, it's like someone in a room was like, oh, also you can add this line into the script.
Just like, you can add in new woman to replace old woman.
Yeah.
I like how as soon as they're like, oh, well, now that she's leaving back to her home planet, we can bring the old one back as a robot. Okay.
Oh, it's crazy.
We gotta save that for next episode.
We gotta save that one. I was unhinged ending. Yeah. I think these don't feel like final boss kaiju.
I can't decide if I like that or not, because there's part of me that I think kind of appreciates how this show has been so weekly oriented that it's like, yeah, maybe like we don't need like a real big like super duper final threat, right? But at the same time, it does feel a little underwhelming. I don't know.
I do like Plasma's multiple mouths.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big fan. Plasma is a great design. Mel, were you going to say something?
No, I was just going to say basically what you were saying. Like, yeah, it's a change of haste to, like, not have, oh, this is the thing that's going to end the world that comes out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And the professor's like, don't you remember the alien bat kidnapped us?
Because, like, it would have been kind of ridiculous if, like, the avatar of all minus energy or whatever the fuck, like, came out, right?
Hang on, one of them's literally called Minus.
Yeah.
But the other one's called Plus.
Don't worry about it.
The avatar of Plus and Minus energy appeared. He defeated both. There's no more energy.
He took the neutral route, SMT neutral route.
That's true. That is what happened. Which, as we all know, is always a happy ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, the, like, little bit at the end with, Yulian kind of yelling that she wishes she'd been born an Earthling, I'm sort of, like, reflecting on this versus, like her treatment versus how Takeshi treats Tsutomu, right? He's like, oh, you made a reckless decision, but, like, you know, of course you can be in UGM one day. You're gonna be, you know, you're
just
gonna be all right.
Just like
kid.
that one woman who crab bucketed with the other woman.
Yeah, and then he's like really harsh on Yulian for saving his life. It's like, what the fuck, bro?
This is why women in London Light have to be doctors instead of actual superheroes.
Yeah. He's like, you know, he treats the Earthlings better than he treats her.
More samurai than samurai.
Yeah, but that's because he coddles the Earthlings. and we can't be having that. The Earthlings are going to feel a certain way about that.
Yeah, he can't be paternalistic.
Yeah. I truly 80 more than ever I have felt like ends on the note of, by the way, Japan should shed the shield of America's imperialism one day. We should be our own great nation. I was like, oh, whoa, where did that come from? Relate, this was about school one day. Who made this episode?
This one was also directed by Kiyohiko Miyasaka, and I looked him up after I read that last time because I was like, I thought he had done a previous episode. He did not. He was just like another like TV drama director guy who was around at the time. He does not have his own Wikipedia page, even in Japanese Wikipedia, so like couldn't find too much about him. But then this was also written by Hiroyasu Yamamura. So, all
right, sick. Mel.
Special effects actor is Koichi Takano, Yuli and suit actor Maki Kyoda. Her design is based off the Buddhist figure Maitreya. And this is not anything to do with the trivia of Ultraman, but when I did Google the katakana for Yulian to look her up on Japanese Wikipedia, I did get taken to the Yurian Wikipedia page for Street Fighter.
I see.
Anyway,
win.
Plasma and Minasma, whatever, suit actors are Tomohiro Sato and Hiroshi Atsumi. Also, the Ultraman Wiki gave me this random thing from the last scene, and I can have one of you read it because I don't want to read it.
Okay, I'll read it.
Let me just...
Now, why doesn't Mel want to read it? I'm about to... now that I've committed, I've promised that I'll read it.
You're about to read the most ridiculous shit in planet Earth.
Yeah, also I'm lazy. That's like 80% of it. There you
go. Regarding... Okay, 4 bullet points. Bullet point 1. Regarding the ending scene, where Ryoko tearfully tells... That's Yulian. Ryoko tearfully tells Takeshi, I wish I had been born an Earthling, before running off. Scriptwriter Hiroyasu Yamamura provided an explanation in a 2005 interview. Okay. Yamamura explained that this line delves into the realm of love. I really like the quotes around the word love. Ryoko transforms because she cannot bear to see 80 in danger and wants to do everything she can to save him. However, after the battle, she is met with reproach. Takeshi Yamato is not ungrateful for her help, but due to his position, he cannot openly express his feelings. Ryoko understands this, yet her heart remains full of conflict. Even so, she cannot abandon 80. Yeah, while Ryoko understands 80's mission and responsibility, she cannot avoid the pain of having to let go of certain emotions, and this internal conflict ultimately transforms into tears. At the moment she says, I wish I had been born an Earthling, Ryoko appears both desperate as if her soul were being torn apart, and also reveals a deep attraction to 80. Yamamura explained that the underlying meaning of this line is, I wanted to be a woman in front of you. Although this may come across as somewhat mature, the intention was to use this expression to allow the audience to experience a deeper, more profound storyline. Okay. Yeah, I guess. I'm not like...
Takeshi's like, I love you as an Ultraman, but I love you as a woman even more.
Maybe this shit would have hit better if we had known her for more than like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we've gone through three women in this show as like the lead woman to interact with Takeshi.
New girl in the apartment across the hallway.
Yeah. We have had like hints of her being into Takeshi over the last few weeks, but like not, it's not really been like they couldn't have really have established much with her yet.
No.
I definitely feel like the part where it's like, oh yeah, this is a romantic thing. It feels a bit less. It feels a bit of a stretch with what we've gotten.
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, I also think it's just kind of, it's a deliberately ambiguous line,
Yeah.
right? You can, I reached my conclusion where I was like, well, she feels kind of and this is kind of roughly what is said here, just I haven't worded it in a romantic sense, is that she feels kind of spurned by Takeshi.
Yeah.
Compared with like Earthlings.
And this might be more on the actors than the writing. I just feel like their connection feels a little dry.
Yes.
This is not a couple I am interested in.
I mean, Yulian's actress is also like very young and inexperienced.
Yeah.
And also forced to join a group dynamic of people that have been doing this shit for like about a year now.
Yeah.
Now, if you want an actor to convey their loss of a close companion of a year, don't worry, the captain's got us covered next episode. Because he's I've never seen one man attempt to save an entire television show.
Maybe he really is Japanese George Clooney.
He really is Japanese George Clooney. He does. I don't know that he looks like George Clooney.
I'm sticking with my guns on this one.
Sticking with your guns on this one. Okay. Well, what else is there to say about this episode? I think Yulian's form is like, I think it's all right.
Yeah.
Ultraman Yulian. Let me look this up.
It is funny they are kind of just leading on to, this is a Buddhist themed design.
I think it's very funny comparing her to 80 and getting the full like just a red little cutout outline around the boobs. Just like, it's just like, well, this is a lady Ultraman.
Yeah.
I do quite like the thick head, the fin.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
It's all right. I got no strong feelings on it, I feel.
Wait, the red is flesh. No, I'm fucking...
That email ruined you forever.
Forever. Look at this. It was the year of Pussy Out.
Listen, she's free.
Yeah.
I mean, 7's allowed too. I mean,
yeah. Both 80 and Yulian, both free. Well, is it OG Ultraman that's got the thigh highs? Yeah.
To be honest,
okay,
looking at Mother of Ultra, she also has pussy out.
Hang on, Mother of Ultra. What is Mother of Ultra wearing? She's just got a jacket on.
Don't worry about it.
She's just vibing.
Yeah.
She's just like, yeah, I'm here in my jacket and my full helmet.
That includes hair.
This is the fucking... What's the anime where the girl has psychic powers that cuts everyone to ribbons?
Elfen Lied.
Elfen Lied?
This is the elfen lead corridor look.
What if I told you they were invisible, like sharp hands?
I remember that.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. I haven't seen all of Elfen Lied, but I've been on YouTube.
I've seen zero of it.
Yeah. Well, do we have anything more to say about this episode before we move on to the finale?
Let's talk about snow and wrecking balls.
Episode 50 is called Sorry, it's really good. Episode 50 is called The Giraffes and Elephants Turned to Ice, featuring Margodon. It's spring, and in the city of Minamihara, a deep freeze has struck, freezing everything and everyone, including all the animals in the zoo. This is the last time the title of the episode will be relevant. The source of the problem is a kaiju called Margodon. UGM are deploying to do something about it, but something's up with the captain. He's doing shit like he's talking about how UGM never really defeats kaiju, and then he's glaring at Takeshi. The first attack fails, as the kaiju absorbs all their energy-based attacks. And Takeshi's like, I don't think we can do this. And the captain is like, oh, you're saying a human can't do this? And Takeshi's like, uh-oh. They learn they return to base. They learn this kaiju is one that goes to warm planets, sucks up all the energy, and then leaves for another planet. They determine the best course of action is to hit the kaiju with a wrecking ball, as cold things are more likely to be hard and brittle. And hey, if that doesn't work, then Ultraman will save them. The captain is very angry at this last suggestion. More glaring at Takeshi. Uh-oh. The wrecking ball plan fails once, and the captain says, we'll try again, and this time I'll fly one of the planes.
Because he was so good at
but
last
he spots
time.
Takeshi. Yeah, he was so good at flying last time. But he spots Takeshi and Yulian running off without him. He catches up and stops them from transforming. He confirms that he knows Takeshi is 80, and he's grateful for all the help, but no more. You're an alien, 80. Mankind has to stand on its own. Takeshi is like, well, we're all aliens. Shouldn't we work together? And the captain says, no, it's got to be UGM that beats this kaiju. The captain heads out, and with the help of the original other two UGM guys who show up dressed as Bruce Lee, the plan works. Margodon is destroyed. Everyone returns to base, where Non-Chan and Sarah reveal a secret project they've been working on, the android Jono. Okay. The captain reveals Takeshi and Yulian's identity, and they throw a farewell party for the Ultras. The captain admits that part of him wishes 80 could stay forever. Takeshi and Yulian confirm it cannot be. They have to return to the Star of Ultra, and they will be reassigned to a new planet. They'll miss this planet, though. The two have a nice final day on Earth, eating ice cream, going on roller coasters, etc., and then they transform on a beach, and fly away into space, never to return. The end.
So does the superstition not count when...
What?
I guess showing up in the last episode, but you left beforehand
I don't know.
doesn't...
I don't no, that's not her, that's a robot.
They got her and also the two guys who I guess we didn't notice left halfway through the show to be replaced by two other guys we didn't care about.
We kind of noticed. We were kind of like, are they still there? I don't know if they're still there. They had left. They had fully left.
This does just feel like
yeah,
there was a bit
came...
of a cast reunion at the end of the show.
Yeah, they had a cast reunion by making a robot of Jono that talks weird and is like, I am Jono, treat me just like the real thing. And no one is like, I don't know how to feel about that. They're all just like, yeah, cool.
Yay, Jono's back.
Jono's back.
Yeah. I guess I'll just say right here in it, because it was trivia I found. Apparently, because she had no hard feelings, we were like, hey, want to come back at least for a cameo in the last episode? She was like, sure.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Because if you remember, she was exclusively left for the superstition and not for his applied blood or anything.
Yes. I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question. How does the captain know all that? He knows so much.
No, don't forget. He says, I found out, me and Ito found out recently.
Yeah, I love that he includes that Ito knows, yeah.
I love that Ito also knows and is just way better at playing it cool than the captain.
But they're also like, oh, we only realized recently. Like
last week.
Right, but specifically, he says, oh, we only realized recently. But what is it that he realized? He realized that Yulian had came to Earth to get Takeshi to go back to the Ultra Star, and they have to return. How do you know that?
The only thing I can think of that isn't...
Yuka voice, remember Hokuto, as you know, if people find out you're Ultraman, you'll die.
As you know.
The only thing, like, reasoning I could come up with is, like, once a second Ultraman that was suspiciously close to the proximity of the squad showed up, he was like, okay, one, I can suspend my disbelief. Two, it's gotta be these chuckle fucks, right?
Right. Yeah.
I think this is the first time we've got where, like, a captain has figured it out and confronts an Ultraman about it, which I think is really interesting. Like, it's nice we have this wrinkle finally showing up.
Mm-hmm.
And I also like that he's like, yeah, please don't. We've been getting, like, every time they've been trying to, like, well, the Ultraman does have to leave, and humanity does have to fight on its own again for the 10th time until the next Ultraman comes. Just like how Gundam operates. But it is fun that we have gotten the different twists of it. Like, you know, in Leo we've got the children beating Commander Black.
Right.
And in this one we have, like, the captain being like, no, let us handle this to show. Like, it's not like the Ultraman, like, being beaten. It's just like the captain being, like, confronting, like, hey, just cool for a bit. Let's figure this out. I think that's a neat wrinkle.
It's cool that he's the initiator on this, and it's not, like, something they're forced to do.
Or to actually having, like, an ideological position of, actually, maybe we should let humanity figure it out.
Yeah. That said, I wish the plan was a little cooler.
It is.
They're gonna hit it with a wrecking ball.
It's funny. It's really goofy.
Like you really want something like this to be about, like, showing the team coming together in, like, a moment of ingenuity and collaboration, and, like, it's kind of treated like that. But all it really is what if we had two ships and they each have a line going down to a big old wrecking ball? We're gonna smash it real good.
Yeah.
Is it not ingenuity to be like, well, cold things are hard and brittle,
if we splash
so
it with water, it'll be turned to ice. We smash it.
Yeah, and then you hit it really hard, and it breaks into many pieces.
This is
excellent plan.
Yeah.
Looney Tunes ass.
Yeah.
It's fully like the kind of plan you'd have seen in that one Jisoji episode about them constantly fucking up the plan.
Yeah.
It's a bit ridiculous. Now, I do have, I think I mentioned this briefly talking about the last episode. This is the most, like, nationalism has just suddenly appeared out of nowhere to grab me by the throat and go, look at me.
It's 80s, all the radicalism's gone and suppressed.
Him being like, 80, you're an alien. I can't abide you watching over us is like so, like, specific and, like, aggro. And, like, the captain, like, you know, the character of Captain Oyama is, like, conflicted about this, right? He's trying to, you know, he reveals later on, he's like, I really wish 80 could stay forever, but he's having this moment where he's like, I've got to be firm. I've got to try to. It's like
my personal relationship with 80 versus, like, the structural conception of, like, humanity should be able to solve its own problems and not have, like, a super alien solve their problems.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's specifically in the emphasizing that he's an alienness that I think this become big, like, very, like, to me, I can't help but read this as, like, a we're our own country, America. Let us stand alone.
It's funny that it's happening in the 80s when we're about to get the bubble economy.
Yes.
And that's not going to be a thing by the end of the decade.
No.
Partly because Reagan's like, hey, how about you kill your own economy? We can't have you competing.
Mm-hmm. So
it's always funny to me when Ultraman plays around with, like, the, like, America security treaty, like, type stuff, because I feel like these shows always, they never want to, like, actually come up with any parallel or, like, actual sort of, like, allusion to, like, the reason people had issues like with the security treaty and like the American involvement beyond just like we want to prove that we can do it on our own sort of thing.
Oh yeah, no, it's always in like the vaguest terms.
Yes.
Like just like extreme, just like really broad themes. And I think maybe that's kind of, first of all, it's a show for tiny children, but also, you know, I think in terms of like appealing to children, it's like, no, this is maybe a sinister way of phrasing this. I bet a lot of the people writing this didn't act like, a lot of people working on the show didn't actively think like this. But if you want to instill kids with these ideas, you give them this broad, like, you know, like, oh, but, you know, morally speaking, it would be right if this, right? You understand,
the broad
small
sentiment,
child?
not the details, yeah.
Exactly. So I, you know, as like a, you know, children's TV as propaganda, I think this is definitely like a very, you know, affective mode.
I will say though, I could go for a show where like the Ultras show up and start, you know, toying around with shit or having, you know what I mean? Like, have more of a presence and people feel a way about it, right?
Oh yeah. I'm when sitting here and going like, oh, this is like the most nationalism I felt from Ultraman in a minute. It is also like, you know, as like I think the captain sells this whole episode.
It's good.
Just on the strength of his performance.
He is by far the
conflict.
best actor in the show, right?
Oh,
like,
yes.
Yeah,
by miles.
Like, yeah.
Ever since the beginning, but here it's just like all coming to a head with him trying to be firm with, you know, Takeshi's his friend. He met him. He recruited him personally.
Yeah.
I like how he's like, I draw the line when they freeze our giraffes and our elephants. This is where it gets personal. We gotta do this ourselves.
This is the most serious kaiju we've ever had to deal with. It's so funny. The things that writers of Ultraman try to make true within one episode, like and just ask you to not think about the other episodes that exist, is constant, like a joy. It's so funny.
We will see if this game remains true as we head into the 90s. New sensibilities.
We will. I expect I don't know about massive changes. I expect massive tonal change, and if not structural change, then I don't know, changes within the structure.
I'm hoping for a radical departure, because do we want to start talking more broadly about how we're feeling about this whole show
should we do the trivia stuff first? Just get
I would do the trivia stuff first.
Who made this episode?
So let me open this booklet for one last time in my life. Kazuho Mitsuda was the director, and then Toshiro Ishido was the writer. Well, that explains that.
This is the most right-wing episode of Ultraman in a fucking minute. Toshiro Ishido. That's right, bitch.
That's so fucking funny.
Special effects director Kazuo Sagawa.
Yeah.
Marked on suit actor Tomohiro Sato. Originally, this episode was apparently planned as a two-parter, and during that time, the kaiju looked more like a rhinoceros than like a mammoth.
Okay.
Picture?
I think the mammoth was the better choice.
Yeah, I think so.
This
is just kaiju to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the crystalline, like, ice body. Who knows how that would have looked not in sketch form, though.
Yeah. But anyway, they reworked the script, and the episode was changed along with it. Apparently, The episode title was originally because they were like, yeah, the Margadon's going to freeze the entire planet, including the South Pacific and Africa, but they didn't have a budget for that, so they just kind of settled on, well, we'll freeze the animals in the zoo instead. As opposed to, like, renaming the episode.
What do they mean? They didn't have... They can just say, oh, the world's frozen and just show Tokyo.
Don't worry about it.
They do this all the time. As far as Ultraman is concerned, Japan is the world. When they say, oh, the world's frozen over, they can just do... I mean, I guess what they mean is they don't have the budget to do, like, you know, oh, we're blowing up every city on planet Earth.
Even though technically they took that from a Toho movie. Anyway.
Well, yeah.
Also, apparently, the lack of an Ultraman fight sequence may have also been budget reasons.
They should have, maybe they should have budget cuts more often.
Yeah,
I don't, I think we didn't even mention the fact that Ultraman doesn't have a fight this episode. It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I actually like
it. I was basically bracing myself for it to be like, well, I know the captain doesn't want them to fight, but they will fight. But then they don't, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. They stuck their guns.
Yeah. I am living for the day where, like, these shows do not feel compelled to have a transformation and fight every episode if we ever get there.
Unfortunately, this is, like, still episodic Monster of the Week show and not, like, a serial story the way that, like, a Gundam show can or is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we'll ever get to one that is more serialized. Well, like, we'll see. I know, like, I mean, we know what the modern form of it is looking like, and it's definitely more episodic, but...
Yeah, but there may be, we'll see if there's, like, experimentations in between, and also, like, there'll be spin-off stuff that might do things different than, like, a mainline show, which still feels like it has to adhere to a certain framework. Yeah. Especially if it's, like, the mainline shows are usually going to run for, like, a year, and, all the spin-off stuff's gonna be shorter, so we'll see. Apparently, Kazuo Mitsuda he intended to direct more episodes of 80 than he actually did. This is the only episode he directed in the entire show. But
I intended to direct 2 episodes.
No, but basically he was like, his original plan was like, I'll probably end up like directing like a third of Ultraman 80, and then like he got stuck doing a lot of producers work behind the scenes on Survive stuff, and so basically he was only available to do this last one, especially because like the show they weren't. No, well, Ultraman was basically ending, and so like, well, it seems like my schedule's been freed up, so I can just do this episode. Perhaps not surprising, but despite maybe not being intended, the introduction of a new heroine as a shot in the arm didn't work. The ending of 80 had lower ratings than even Leo at its lowest point. So as we know, there's going to be
pretty funny.
Franchise going to semi-hiatus. Obviously, there's a bunch of different audio visual stuff coming out between this and Atiga, which we'll be looking at. But also worth noting that the franchise is also kept alive by like both print medium is still dependent on books and stuff, but also video games is a thing. There will be Ultraman video games in like the 80s and 90s, so that'll also keep the brand alive. Because the Famicom is on the horizon. Even so, from the standpoint of the creators, they did not realize how long the hiatus would end up being. Mitsuda commented at the time of the Ultra 7 finale, they were like, well, this is going to be the last one, so that's why the ending is like that, and then they made Return of Ultraman like 2 years later. Meanwhile, for this one, after, we have like a block of 70 shows in a row, even with the hiatus post-Leo, there's like, well, Ultraman's like a forever franchise, kind of. Like, it'll take breaks, but like, we'll always have Ultraman. And so, 80 might end for now, but surely in like 5 years or so, we'll have another Ultraman show. And then they're like, oh, maybe that was optimistic. Maybe.
Yeah.
They didn't think at the time this episode aired that like Ultraman would be as big of a break as it ended up being. Which I think is interesting. Just like, they knew it was ending, but like they didn't know it'd be like they didn't know it'd be 15 years.
Yeah, it's like a whole generation of kids growing up without having like a big tentpole show on.
Like how many?
Which is interesting.
How many like high school graduates do you get? Or like blocks of like whatever. It's like it's the whole entire generation. Because like you get like the kids maybe watching 80 are like Gen Xers, I guess, and
okay,
and I guess like you start getting the younger millennials by the time you get Tika.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's a long one. Well, thank you very much for the trivia.
Yeah.
Did we sufficiently talk about how freaky it is that Android Jono exists?
I think so.
Her voice kills them. Like, I was technically spoiled on Android Emmy existing because it came up in the trivia in the episode where she left, but
Yeah.
I was thrown off by both the reason for her existence and also like the voice she does.
Yes.
I was like, this is crazy.
I just think for someone so superstitious, I personally would have been like,
Wouldn't
no, I'm
tempt
tempting
fate
fate.
like that?
Yeah. Like, what if her career went to shit right after she's like, oh, I came back and did the silly robot voice all for that?
Well, no, you see, it's when you're a guest, it's different than if you're a...
if you stay on.
Okay.
Also, I guess like
there's loopholes.
it's also I guess like it'd been like 3 months at this point in real life as opposed to like a month for us.
Yeah, the curse looks at the...
She got crazy drunk that night. She'd been sleeping off for 3 months. Woke up, and went, "What the fuck was I thinking?"
The curse looks at the payroll and is like, "Okay, wait, no, it's just a cameo. You're fine."
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Whole show.
This is a weird one.
Brad, you had something to say.
Yeah, Brad, you say first.
Yeah.
Am I crazy for thinking I like this slightly more than Leo?
Okay, hang on. Okay, wait, we need to do some assessment. I
would say I'm like...
Not crazy.
I did end the show feeling like pretty high on it, all things considered. Or like, not like, it's not reaching like the top 5 or so, but it is like... I want to say that Leo's highs are higher, but also its lows maybe lower.
Yes.
And that, like, even despite the lack of the shakeups and lack of consistency, it's like, relatively speaking, 80 is more consistent than Leo is.
I think I'm more inclined to Leo than this, but no, I definitely don't think preferring this is like a crazy thing.
It confirmed
it
not the
winds
best
up
one.
being confirmed not the best one. Somehow not the best Ultraman. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Tragic. I think just like from a core premise, like high level ideas wise, I think I like what 80 is attempting to do more than I like what Leo was attempting to do. In terms of like spicing things up and like, here's what we're going to focus on with our characters. Does it stick to that or even execute it on it in ways that I always find work? No, but I do think at its core, this being about a guy who's really invested in like helping out kids going through like tough times is a really good setup and is the sort of like slice of life drama element to it that I kind of think is a natural evolution of like what they kind of want Ultraman to be as like a hero. And I don't quite think they figured out exactly how to crack that egg, which is a little weird feeling still to me, but like they're at least on the right path. I did kind of have a feeling towards the end of this show of like, I do feel like the parts of this show I like the most are the parts of the show where it's not really being an Ultraman show. And I do kind of just have a general feeling at this point with how many of these shows I'm going to be completely transparent. Beyond like that one Netflix show that I personally feel like didn't really even necessarily need to be an Ultraman thing, I'm not sure that I've seen anything past Return of Ultraman that has like made me a believer in the fact that this is a long-running franchise that needed to continue.
Lol. I'm
kind of down on Ultraman as like a thing right now. I did not. Taro is the show that I can respect, and I think is a good show, but one that, like, I did not resonate with. But I'm like, I could see how a kid would be really into that. Like, I could have been really into that if I was, like, younger and, like, you know, at the time.
Yeah.
80, I think, is the closest we've gotten to a show where I'm like, there are some episodes of the show I think are, like, phenomenal and like, really great. I think Leo had some sauce there right at the end, which, like, we've talked about. But as a whole, I'm like, I'm excited for that 15-year gap because I'm ready for some fresh eyeballs and, like, fresh minds on this concept, because it just kind of feels like the horse has been beaten dead. About halfway through the show, I decided to start looking up, and I mean, I know, Mel, you kind of cover this at the start of every time we're doing a show, like, what else was on TV at the time? And like, I'm sorry, but when Ashita no Joe and Ideon and Space Battleship Yamato are on the other channel,
it's
who gives a fuck about this show? Like, it's embarrassing.
And you know what? Japanese audiences think of a fuck about this show.
Yeah.
That's so true.
The 15-year gap does speak for itself. Beyond just like the fucking behind the scenes, two companies having a divorce, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at the end of the day, if the show was popular, then the divorce probably wouldn't have happened.
Listen, if the kid didn't suck, the divorce would not have happened.
Yeah. And you know, it's not even the context of like other types of shows eating Toku's lunch. You still have Toei putting out Sentai, and like they're gonna in a few years they're gonna launch like Metal Heroes, which will also last for like the whole 80s and 90s. And so like even though Kamen Rider is off the air as well, you know, they have their own like newer, shinier Toku stuff that's like able to keep afloat in a way Ultraman and, at least for the time, Kamen Rider wasn't able to, and then Kamen Rider basically reinvents itself to be more modern and also becomes a forever franchise. And so it'll be interesting to see.
When's Bioman? That's an 80s one.
Bioman
right?
is like, I think, 85, I want to say.
80. Okay, yeah, 84 to 85.
Yeah, that's kind of like when 80s Sentai finds itself.
Yeah. I'm like, it has been weird. This show, it has kind of just gone down easy. I don't like. Though there was a little rough patch when of despair when they left the school. When they left the school,
it is like the UGM arc was like a significant dip in that, like, I really was tapped out and bored, but also like it wasn't as painful as Folksloft, even though UGM arc was also probably longer.
And then we got the kids back, and the show just kind of kept going and kept being mostly all right.
Yeah, like even if it was like,
show.
Oh, we don't have much to say about it, it's kind of whatever episode. It's still like, you know, it wasn't painful. It was just good. Like, you know, smooth.
Yeah.
They managed to recover what the heart of the show was, despite having like to make a radical format change in a way that I don't think we've seen the similar format changes ever managed to do, which was refreshing. That, like, you know, they had that, like,
like I
forced
legitimately, because I knew about the retool of like the Lost of the School, I was dreading this season because I was like, oh, we came after Leo, which was really turbulent, and so like when we were so high on that first 12 episodes. And, like, knowing that we'd lose it, I was like, oh, man, this is going to be, like, a rough next 3 months. And then it turned out being pretty okay, because they pivoted back into something more enjoyable and, like, more true to itself, despite, like...
I now have a question that we don't necessarily know the answer to. How come when they did a big cast reunion in the last episode of the show... They didn't get the fucking kids back. They didn't get fucking Fashion Rakugo, Professor, and Super back on the show to wish 80 a goodbye.
Because they didn't care.
They didn't care. Rip. All those people, they're just like, where did our teacher Takeshi go? He just left one day.
We went to Paris.
Mel, I think at some point
Yeah.
you said the school stuff is kind of what the show is remembered for.
I think so. Yeah, like he's like a defining thing about the show. Is also it was also when the show was at its most popular, even if it wasn't still doing the best.
That makes sense. The thing that is, it's so weird going through these shows the way we are, because when we pair up our experience of watching them week to week versus kind of what the the legacy is and the reputation,
Yeah,
it becomes so obvious how much of it is like the hindsight, like what made this one different than the other. You know what I mean?
yeah. Like we have the bit of a certain character not having a name, and that's kind of like, because when you look up, no one talks about the character in the way where they were at the shows was aired, and that's kind of like endemic of kind of like all of these things, where it's like, if you're just like a casual fan game these things, you're kind of getting the retrospective look that's kind of formed like how both the fans and also the company itself tries to present the shows, rather than like us doing it this way, where we're like as much trying to be like we're going in order with as little, me an exception, because that's just how the world worked, as little like outside info as possible, and sort of taking it as we go.
The cover of your Blu-ray has Yulian on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Transformed.
Yep.
Ridiculous thing to put on your cover.
Happens once in the penultimate episode of the show. Do not put that on the fucking cover. Crazy.
Notably,
they are
though,
made for people who already know what happens
It's
in
like
these shows.
gonna put like my Star Wars trilogy box set featuring Luke posing with Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Notably, though, the tagline on this box does say "Our hero from a distant star." It doesn't say "Our heroes." Curious.
Maybe she was an Earthling all along.
I thought you were gonna say maybe she wasn't a hero. I was like, damn.
He came to us from a star.
Takeshi
And Captain's
has-
like, that's the problem.
Came to us from where? Can I see your paperwork?
And then Teraki's like, yeah, I can get on this.
Yeah. Oh yes. I was like, I had to remember who that was. I was like,
I literally only
okay,
remember his
okay.
name
Yeah,
for
we
this
go.
bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's weird. I guess I'm high on this show.
Yeah.
I don't have like very strong feelings, but it's pretty good.
Like, I guess I don't know. 3 stars.
I think it's okay. I stand by this for like everything we've watched, like ASON. If I was just watching this on my own, I think I would have dropped all these shows.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
I'm happy I stuck
here we
out
are.
with it, because if I would have
we
dropped
are.
the show, I wouldn't have gotten to the good shit. So,
yeah, that one hospital episode.
I think probably of everything we've watched ASON, this is probably my favorite of the bunch. But
Ooh.
it's kind of a low bar, admittedly,
Yeah.
for me.
It's
But
I'd have to think.
It's hard because I do think, like, I'd say, like, yeah, like you said, Taro is, like, quote-unquote objectively a good show that also isn't necessarily, like, the thing I care about, but, like, watching it week to week is, like, fine. It just didn't sit in my mind. And, like, Leo is, like, when it was hitting high, I'm, like, really fucked with it, but, like, also it's a mess, and there was, like, a lull in the middle. I was like, well, I don't like this.
I think the problem I'll always have with Leo is I feel like when Leo gets bad, it's the most I feel hurt by a show getting bad that we've watched.
Yeah, that's also true.
It's weird.
But what if I can fix him? What if this time it'll be good? I think as memory does its job, Leo, I have more affection for Leo again. Just for, I don't know. It's just so it's kind of deranged. right? It's like
Are you
it sticks in the
understanding
mind.
where the Leo sickos come from more as time goes
I'm
on?
understanding where the Leo sickos come from because, like, I think about Leo and yeah, there's like some really fucking boring bits where I'm like, I can't believe you've done this. I feel betrayed. However, betrayal is a big thing. It was like I don't know. It was like somehow Leo was momentous at all times somehow in a weird way. And also when even in the episodes that I wouldn't necessarily have gone like, this is good, it was being like completely absurd. Is the episode where Gen hits that old guy with the stick a good episode of Ultraman Leo? I don't know. But I do really like the image of him going to hit the old guy with the stick because he thinks he's being tested.
Yeah.
I feel like
Dan's
somehow
turned him into a monster.
This is you finally coming to appreciate whimsy.
Oh my god, I'm coming to appreciate whimsy.
But just like the kind of whimsy that involves hitting an old man in the back with a stick.
That is whimsical.
It's a kind of whimsy.
There's something about the creature that Dan turns Gen into, and then he, passes it on to the kid. I don't know. There's something. Leo's got it. Leo's got something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I always think about like
it.
the rain decoration charm ghost guy.
Yeah, no, it was so
red,
good.
Red dude. Yeah, that's probably my highlight for that show.
It's fucking great.
He just is one of the best episodes of the show.
I love him. He slaps the kid. He hits the kid in the face when he's trying to persuade him to get a grip, and because this is what it's like within like 4 episodes of the show starting, is Dan has started hitting the people that he likes to teach them how to do things, and it's like. No, it's Gen has started doing it because Dan does it to him.
I love when the clock turns to 7 a.m.
The clock turns to 7 a.m.? What?
Oh,
fucking hell. The fucking... That is an all-time Ultra Q post. It's so good.
I've made a good one
shit.
since, I guess partly because I haven't been...
You haven't been on the socials. You've been living better.
Arguably. From a certain point of view.
I have a question going back to 80.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we ever get a show that does like the Ultraman heroine as like a collaborative force, or do you think that they look at this and they're like, oh no, this counts as like having done it?
Here's the thing. We've done it twice now, and they haven't managed to be normal about it either time.
Yeah.
So what is the question like? We have a...
Is the question like, will we get another man and woman combo team up?
And like it like runs for the majority of the show, and it doesn't like it's normal about it. Like it doesn't feel like an afterthought or something shoved in or something that they're like, well, we can't do this anymore. Like they just kind of have it as like one of the central ideas of like a show from conception, and it's just like, oh, this is the team up one, or are we ever forever in Alien Man, and maybe occasionally at some point he'll have a helper, but that's a
good name for a Tsuburaya show. Write that down, Alien Man.
Alien Man. No, that's when we go to other planets. They call us Alien Man.
This is the organization that E-Day starts to fight against Ultraman.
Would we be Alien Man or would we be Alien
It
Earth?
Emphasizes.
Oh, you know what? We might be Alien Earth.
Alien Earth. That's good. You see, the name Ultraman signifies that we are aliens on planet Earth. We all have the alien in us.
Oh no, the Bolton scream, Alien Earth is summoning their kaiju elephant, and they just let an elephant loose.
God forbid elephant swallows that one thing from this season of the show, and what if every elephant swallowed
every
that
elephant
and turned
can
into... Every elephant can henshin. Every elephant has the potential to henshin. I'm
trying to think if anything else to talk about with the show, but I feel like
might not be. We've been discussing the show quite thoroughly as we go. Is the thing, because we've had multiple status shifts. Yeah.
In a way, it was like there's a lot of shows where we had lengthy discussions. Somehow we managed to talk a lot about Ace. And of course with Leo, it was
there was so much to hate about it.
Yeah. I guess because we were like not really talking much during that last stretch, we were able to like store up our energy to just dunk on it in the last episode.
Yes, yeah.
Especially with the way that our final episode went.
Yeah.
But yeah, with like this, I guess it's like in a way, it's like you said, it goes down easy, which means it almost kind of speaks for itself. Like,
yeah,
like it's not like Leo where like we were unsure how we were going into the last stretch, and then the last batch retroactively made the last month feel different for us. But this one was kind of everything about like
I don't know if I. No, you go.
I was just gonna say, like, maybe, like, in this one, like, it feels like this batch kind of did feel like another batch. Like, it wasn't a big momentous finale, and so it almost didn't feel... It felt like, oh, well, 80 ends as it had been in the lead up to it. It wasn't like a big, like...
I don't feel like I finished a show.
Yeah.
You know?
It was like
it's a different feeling.
The last episode sure didn't have the title of the last episode.
No, it didn't. It was like last week or the week before or something. I said something along the lines of, "This is surely what Ultraman is supposed to be. Is just you watch it, it's it's easy watching, and then it's that's it. It's kind of it's like doesn't necessarily need lots of thought or anything. It's just kind of it's a weekly monster show. It was kind of enjoyable, and it slides off the brains slightly. I don't know." Obviously I would rather have an Ultra 7 every time, but that doesn't, that obviously, we're obviously not getting that.
No.
In fact, we only got it once.
Tragic.
Oh, well. We might be done talking about 80 then.
I think so.
In which case, Mel, do you have some color timers for this batch of episodes?
Yeah. Episode 48, 16 seconds, and then 1 minute 47 seconds. Episode 46, 5 minutes 6 seconds, and then Yuli gets 1 minute 42 seconds. And episode 47, both of our ultras get 1 minute 20 seconds, same amount of time.
Okay, very cool. Okay.
Also, just gonna give one final roundup of the counters, at least as far as I have them.
Oh, that got adjusted once.
Yeah, pretty much. Genocide counts at 12, Medical Miracle is at 23, Giant Woman is at 10, and Crucifixions are at 4.
Fantastic.
Claims to be based on Christianity, has more giant women than crucifixions.
Well, now we have
curious.
Well, now we have a Buddhist ultra, so
That's true. We had
this. Maybe
Buddhism in here.
Maybe Sampo Sens did invent Ultraman the way it's becoming Buddhist pilled now.
Oh, yeah, that's so true. This is a really, he should have showed Julian in court. As you can see, Ultraman being Buddhist was my idea. We're going to do Kaiju rankings right now, I think.
Yeah,
I
think that's what we're doing. Let me grab...
Want to do bottom 3, top 5 as usual?
That's how we've been
as
doing
usual.
Let me get my image.
Let me open this.
The Zoomers in the audience will be happy to know that our third to the last on the list is number 6-7.
Well, I will also point out that I realized when making this, I forgot Android Emmy as an entry. I decided to not do it because then I was like, well, then the number would no longer be 69.
That's also...
Nice.
I don't know if that's a monster.
Sometimes I count it. In this case, I was like, no, that's fine.
It might have helped fill out my top 5, which is all robots.
You would have not have put Android Emmy at the top 5.
Except for the fish. There we go.
Don't spoil. Anyway.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So bottom 3 going from 67 to 69.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I will start. My 67 is Gora. I can't even remember what it fucking looks like.
It's a fucking lion guy. It was in the last school episode. The girl who went on a date with the professor.
Oh, I quite like that episode. I don't... This kaiju's whatever.
I mean, sometimes the kaiju serves a purpose in the episode without actually...
Hang on, I do quite like this kaiju. How has this happened? Oh, well.
I mean, sometimes you literally just don't remember the episode instead of just going off the image.
Just going off vibe.
Yeah.
My 67 is the father of Ultra, because he just shows up for 2 seconds for no reason. No key this time, just...
No key. Brad.
My 67 is Ruria. That's just a dude.
That is just
the guy,
a dude.
That was like the guy who they found like the tape of.
It's just a white guy in a Star Trek outfit.
That was the Snore one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, white guy Star Trek outfit plus filter. There you go, Ruria.
Yeah.
I think the monster from that episode actually ranked pretty high for me, relatively speaking. But that's just a guy.
Yeah.
My 68 is Vibros Millie. That's just girl.
Yeah, I had her at 65.
She was 66 for me.
My 68 is Zarudan, who's like the ugly kaiju that I think shows up in the Ito First Appears episode.
Mm-hmm.
My 68 is Alma. That's just a lady.
Yeah. Well, my 69 is Alma.
Nice.
Because that's just a lady. Nice.
My 69 is Darren. Get the fuck out of here. Darren.
Because his name's fucking Darren. It's a kaiju called Darren.
Darren was my number 10. I actually kind of like Darren. And
Guys,
just visually,
kaiju that shows up for 2 seconds to be beaten by Ito kaiju.
Yeah, and I don't plot-wise don't like it, but looking at the actual design of it's a weird little Cthulhu seaweed creature thing, it's kind of a freak. I like it. It's dumb little beady eyes. But yeah, that episode sucks. That was the Island 2 powder, right?
Yes.
That was the Island 2
I
powder.
had kind of a Boston accent when I said that. I was like, Pada.
You did.
I
don't know where the fuck that came from.
I don't know either. Were we on me for 69?
You are becoming the Pope. That's Chicago. Never mind.
Yeah. 69 was Okaran Ball, because, come on.
Uh-huh.
I actually think that would be okay for me, because I actually think it's a fun design.
It's the blood-sucking balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not care for the blood-sucking balls.
You don't care for the balls that suck your blood?
Nah.
Okay. Mine's 15.
Alright, top 10.
Top 10. My number 10 is Ruria, because it's a white guy in a Star Trek outfit and a filter.
My number 10 is Goaganda, because it's a big bug. That's cool.
Nice.
My number 10 is Darren, which I thought we were doing top 5 and not top 10. I
You know what? I'm stupid. I forgot we were just doing the top 5. Well, we're committed now.
Yeah.
9.
I mean, I kind of like doing top 10.
Jihibikirun.
We can
9.
speed run.
Number 9, Jihibikirun.
Sumo Kid, right?
Sumo Boy. Yeah.
Nice.
I like Jihibikirun.
My number 6 is Angoras. My number 9, I mean. I have to look up what Angoras is again. What the fuck is that?
Ultraman Angoras.
No,
that's the fish.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Love that fish.
Good fish.
Good fish.
My number 9 is Bolton. Not his best showings, but classic guy.
My Bolton's pretty low. I was down on Bolton this season.
My
But
8 is I'll go for it.
I was
It's
going to say
not the
my
best
Bolton.
Boltons we've gotten, but
Yeah.
every time it shows up, I'm like, it's Bolton.
My number 8 is Fantas Robots. It's a cool robot.
Yeah. My number 8 is Alien L87, better known as Zuckal.
Okay.
My number 8 is Plasma. That tower of mouths is fucking cool.
It's good mouths. It's like Slither or something. What is it, Scyther?
Yeah, but Scyther also doesn't have a tower mouse.
What's...
You might be
No,
thinking
what
of
am I
Pinsir.
thinking of?
Pinsir?
No, I'm thinking of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, Scyther the Scyther. Right. Yeah.
Slyther the Sky Dragon, yeah.
Yeah. Slifer the Sky Dragon. That's what I'm thinking of. That's got multiple mouths, right?
Yeah.
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 Yes. Was that number 8? Yeah, Brad, 8.
Plasma was mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, I'm stupid. 7. Gorgon.
Which is Gorgon again?
I don't know. It's a cool looking alien guy.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Ultraman
from-
Gorgon.
That was like the
He was 14 for me.
Salamandra episode. Yeah.
Oh yes, these are the guys that Takeshi was sniping while they were protesting.
Yes.
Yeah, our favorite
very cool.
episode.
My number 7 is the Noisler.
Hell yeah.
Noisler was 15 for me. 7 for me was Robofo, because, cool robot guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool robot.
Robo-
Oh, wait, no,
Robofo is
Robofo is the UFO, right?
Yes, the
yeah.
UFO.
Oh yeah. My number 6 is King Galton. He's cool as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. My number 6 is Delusion Ultra 7. He should have been one lower just for the bit.
I like his stance.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's Ultra 7, but like evil. That's cool.
Yeah. Brad.
My number 6 is Barrack Ship. We need more of those in these shows.
We do need more of those. Barrack Ship's sick. My number 5 is Angoras.
Nice.
Big fish.
My number 5 is Tetsuan. Nice Kennegon guy.
Yeah.
Fun.
My number 5, if no one else gonna give him the credit, I will. One day before retirement, L85 Zuckle.
Hell yeah.
He was
That's my guy.
He was my number 8, just so you know.
Oh, yes, okay.
I was wondering
I
if
like to imagine that I'll go for it.
I was just gonna say, I was weird that the reception to me saying it was like really subdued.
Sorry, I didn't quite make the connection about what you were referring to. I needed some kind of explanation of who this was.
Between you say that and me, I had to look up who L85 was because I only remember him as the Grimace cop.
I like to
my
imagine
apologies.
I like to imagine that every time we refer to L85 as being 2 days from retirement, his ghost comes to us and says, No, I wanted to die.
Yeah, that's technically L85 is his species name, so Zuckle is the real name.
Okay. What are we on?
4.
4, Zatan Silver.
That's pretty cool. Silver dinosaur.
Cool robot. Secret robot.
Secret robot. I forgot it was a robot. Speaking
Yeah,
of...
they punctured it open and saw all the robotics inside, and then Ultraman froze its internals so it stopped moving.
Speaking of, number 4, Mechagiris.
Yeah.
That one's pretty high for me. It was like 11. Number 4, Anguirus. That's a big fish.
It's a big fish.
Big fish. My number 3, Gazera, which is the little toy kaiju that the kid in the hospital made.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My number 3 is Glovisk. I love this thing.
Let's go.
Fucking evil
Glovisk.
glove.
My number 3, Barry Badon. The giant biplane one.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of a bit lower
Cool
than 16
dragon.
for me. It
Biplane
is cool.
dragon. My number 2 is Mechagiras.
Of course.
Because it's a really cool robot dinosaur thing, and the episode looks fucking sick. The fight's amazing.
I wonder what Red's number 1 is. I guess we'll see.
I wonder what Red's number 1 is.
My number 2 is Gazera, the one the kid made.
Very cool.
Very good.
I love that kaiju.
My number 2 is Tetsuan. The more I thought about it, I'm like, yeah.
Nice. I was like,
Of
this
course,
is
Brad
definitely high for Brad. We all have our niches.
I'm just remembering
speaking
that
of,
within 2 weeks of us seeing the Kanagon episode, Brad got Kanagon merch.
Yeah.
I still have that guy on my dresser.
Speaking of our niches, my number 1 is fucking... Obviously, it's the fucking ghost ship. It's Barrack ship.
Yeah.
Of course. I guess what number 1 is.
Cool as hell. What is your number 1?
It's fucking Barrack ship.
Oh, yes. Fucking sick.
So cool.
Which now brings... Okay, so what fucking cursed puppet is in this show that Brad could have picked for number 1?
I wonder if it's Glovis.
It's so obvious. Yeah, it's Glovisk.
Oh, of course it's Glovisk, yes.
Like, immediately as soon as we got to that episode, I was like, oh, well, that's sealed. That's just...
Yeah, there we go. That's number 1.
Nothing's topping that.
Where'd you have Gazera, Brad?
Gazera. How do you spell that one again?
Gedzera.
F.
23.
Damn, you hate kids. I thought I was the one who hated whippersnappers.
Yeah. My Glovisk was at 14. Respectable showing.
Yeah.
I made a point at one point. I got the sorter gave me a decision between one. I was presented with most. I've got Vibros and Alma at the bottom, but I was presented with the direct decision between Yulian and the kaiju just called Ho, and I was like, well, okay, I have to put Yulian higher.
The Ultras were fairly low for me. I think Ultraman 80 was my highest at 30, which now, I don't know how Delusion Ultra 7 got 43, because I like Ultra 7's design way more than 80, but eh.
Mm-hmm. It happens.
Yeah, it just shit happens.
Where do I have Yulian?
Yeah, Ruria had to make it into the top 10. I was so pleased when I pulled the images at the end and saw that he was in my top 10. I was like, yes, just made it in. Like, what the fuck is he wearing?
Space outfit.
Space outfit.
Yeah, space outfit.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I said I'd come to this week with a segment. I did not come to. I didn't have any kind of.
I was looking forward to it.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it too.
Christmas is ruined.
The segment is this. I would like us. I would like to feel appreciated and fawned over, and so I grabbed like every one of the rhymes I did for this season's posts for when posting the fucking episode, because I don't know why I did this to myself. I have to just vocally mention this on the episode, just because like I don't know why I gave myself all that fucking work. Was like the first time I posted. Yes, and what would happen was Mel would say, "Oh, by the way, the podcast is uploaded," and then there would be like at least an hour or something after I said, "Oh, sick," and the post and the episode getting posted on the internet, and that whole hour is me trawling through rhymes for Star, trying to figure out something that scans that fits the episode.
I see. Well, at least you don't have to do that anymore.
I have to do that one more time, but I've already got it.
Yeah.
Because
I guess that hasn't
this
come
place is
out.
very easy.
That hasn't come up on like the actual pod, so people who are just audio listeners
No,
don't know.
it hasn't. The best ones are he snipes protesters from afar,
Yeah.
and he bids school life au revoir.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
That Andromeda one, I still am shaking my goddamn head at, though.
Andromeda, it kind of rhymes in my. It's
If you're
not
British.
quite. It doesn't quite star Andromeda. It's not the same, but it's like closer than in it. Yours didn't scan. I'm gonna be real. Yours didn't, because it's like you can squeeze like an extra beat into the front on the front, but like once you get into the back half of the phrase, you can't fuck around. You gotta stick with the rhythm.
What was Brad's again? Just remind me.
They call him Uzinator.
They call him Uzinator. It doesn't work.
Shout out to Uzinator.
Shout out to the Uzinator.
The Uzinator is probably one of my favorite bits from this fucking this goddamn season.
I can't believe the Uzinator is gonna have more legs than fucking George Carlin replacing Ringo Starr.
I finding that out did change my life somehow.
Question? Did the space slime show up on this list at all?
There was a Misa.
That was the space slime, right?
Yeah, because remember, it did randomly become a normal kaiju.
Yes,
Yeah,
I completely forgot.
The-
Like in my brain, that episode was about fighting Nickelodeon slime, and it never transformed. But you're right; that's what that turned into.
Just remember, I'm remembering the narrator announcing, "Oh, and now the slime is becoming a kaiju."
For some reason.
Is that maybe one of the worst episodes we've ever watched for this?
It's
podcast?
pretty bad. It's
I
pretty
think it
bad.
might
But
be.
also we've had like evil episodes
Yeah.
that are
True.
I mean, we've had evil episodes that are fun, but we've had evil episodes that aren't.
Yeah.
So it's tricky. Because sometimes Ultraman wants to strangle a child, and it's the greatest thing you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to talk about emails right now. We're going to, first of all, we're going to take a little break to talk about some other stuff we've done this week, and then we'll circle back to emails. But this is like the big finale segment. We're done. Goodbye, Ultraman 80. We'll talk about you again in a bit, maybe. I don't know.
Waving on the beach.
Have
Have fun being assigned to your next planet, I guess.
Yeah.
They
just go back. They get a new assignment.
His new
It really sounded like they got a promotion and a raise, which I was kind of feeling weird about.
Do you think they say they'll really miss this planet to every planet?
Time? Absolutely.
I'm gonna miss.
Yeah, they're not going like, man, fuck this place. I hope I never see any of you dipshits again. I'm out.
They're like, do you prefer this planet to all the other planets you've been? Crosses fingers. Yeah. Of course I do. Your planet's special.
One time I mouthed off to the father of Ultra and he put me on the fucking giant snail planet. They don't fucking do anything there. Try teaching a snail a lesson. They don't fucking care.
Oh, man. Well, we'll see you in a little bit. What have I got here? What's going on here? Horsey Horseless was an early automobile invented in 1899. It contained a wooden horse head and neck attached to the front to make Horsey Horseless resemble a horse and carriage, and therefore avoid frightening horses on the road. The horse head was hollow, also serving as the fuel tank. They're calling me Horsey Horseless.
I am back.
You are back.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Hey, do you two want to hear about Horsey Horseless?
Go.
Sure.
The Horsey Horseless was an early automobile invented in 1899 in Michigan. It contained a wooden horse head and neck attached to the front to make Horsey Horseless resemble a horse and carriage, and therefore avoid frightening horses on the road. The horse head was hollow, also serving as the fuel tank. Yeah, that's Horsey. You know about Horsey Horseless now.
Thank you for reminding me to log in to Onimusha today. Which I would have done anyway, but...
It's a marvelous Sunday.
It is marvelous. I got Air Groove's outfit last week, which is good.
I did Air Groove outfit.
Shouts to Air Groove.
I also got
didn't play
Agnes
that.
Tachyon's lab coat.
I deleted that
Very
game
good.
because I was just like, I'm kind of getting bored of it, but I liked Air Groove.
Yeah,
She's cool.
she's cool.
Air Groove and Super Creek Tattoo.
I just like that. I don't know much about Uma Musume. I follow the account that posts Marvelous Sunday every Sunday, and I like the cartoon of Agnes Tachyon freaking out Daiwa by saying, "People goon to me, Daiwa. They goon to your father."
I think
That's definitely a fan
issue I
comic.
Yes, I know. Yes, I know. I know it's not real.
The issue I ran into with Uma Musume was I was like, oh, I wish these runs were a little bit shorter, but then I was like, but now I'm skipping all the dialogue. But then I started reading the dialogue again, and I was like, oh, but now this takes up more time.
I do feel that, like, I'm like when I want to, like, thank you, Red.
You're welcome.
When I've been doing a lot of runs of horses I've already done races of, just done careers of, just kind of like, well, this means I can do the career without looking at the dialogue, and I could just get the missions done. And then I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to set aside time for when I want to do a career with a horse I haven't done before, so I can actually read the dialogue.
But
there isn't.
and forth kind
There is like an option that I learned about in the past couple weeks where it's like, oh, you can have a setting where like you can have like the super speed skip thing, but it will automatically for events you haven't seen read for you. Like it'll do normal speed, so you can like just for that one like scene that you haven't seen before, it'll let you read it, and then you'd go back to super speed. Which I think is a nice quality life feature.
That's kind of neat.
Because it is like the way the game is built. It's like, oh yeah, there's in a given run, there are plenty of events you'll maybe see for the first time you want to read, even though for like 80% of them you don't want to read again. But yeah.
Cool. Well, welcome back.
Extended intermission over.
Extended intermission over. I would like to tell you about the close shave I had.
Okay.
With Shah's counterattack. So, Scotland Loves Anime is a thing that happens in Britain. And this year, they had, because they screen films, it's like a film festival basically, and this year they were showing movies in the famous Scottish city of London, which is much closer to me than Edinburgh, and they were showing Shah's counterattack, and so I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go watch Shah's counterattack on the big screen in the UK. That's never happened before.
Let's go.
I didn't go do that because it was on Friday, and on Friday we were short-staffed, and I had to work a big. I knew this in advance. I had to work a big event, so I didn't book tickets or anything. Now, I then found out that the London screening of Shah's counterattack had audio desync of several seconds.
No.
Oh no.
So I'm very sad for everyone who went. However, it feels good.
That's
I just gotta when sometimes life throws me a bone. I'll take it.
It's like when Seed Freedom was playing and the movie started and like the cropping was wrong because the resolution was fucked up, and nobody got up to say anything. So I was like, I'm gonna go say something, and everyone looked at me like, "Thank you," and I'm like, "Were y'all just gonna wait?"
They were just gonna put up with it.
Yeah, well, you couldn't see the subtitles. they were off the screen. So I got someone and they fixed it, thank God. But that was so weird.
Yeah.
It's just like, I guess I am in a room with like anime fans, and I'll be the adult in the situation.
Yeah. Well, so I, to anyone who went to go see that, oh well, very sorry.
Can I tell you about my close shave on Friday?
Yeah.
My my cousin called and was like, "Hey, I want you to everyone's gonna, like, as many people as we can get, I want to have a surprise retirement celebration party for my mom." And I replied, "Well, I'm gonna be busy with work stuff, I'll be honest with you, but also the last time I talked with your mother was when she randomly called me on the phone to yell at me about my views on abortion." So I kind of don't really want to go to a surprise retirement party for her.
Sure.
Yeah.
To be fair, he did not know that had happened, and he was very understanding, but...
Wow.
I didn't go to the retirement party.
No.
I assume not.
What else did you get up to this week, Red?
I read. Okay, I've been doing some other stuff, but I read a book. I reread a book. I listened to. So we suffered through my fantasy woes recently. But other than Tahanu, I was having a bad time.
Red struggles to find good fantasy novels.
I know. I reread The Grace of Kings, which is a book I read a long time ago. Like back when only that book in the series was out, and now it's 4 books and it's finished. And when I first read it, I was like, oh, this is like odd. This is like not something I'm used to, but like I find it strangely compelling. And I got to the end of the book and I was like, I don't know whether like I think that's a good book. I think it's good, but like it's very different to what I'm used to. And it's by Ken Liu. And I've since read The Romance of the Three Kingdoms. And then I come back and I read The Grace of Kings. And I'm like, oh, Ken Liu's a fan of the Chinese classics.
Nice.
The Grace of Kings is a fantasy retelling of the rise of the Han Dynasty. And then the series is called the Dandelion Dynasty, and so I think it's going to cover the Han Dynasty up to its fall. is what I expect, but in like a fantastical setting, right? So it's not actually set. in a
so
place
like Apothecary
called China.
Diaries.
Like Apothecary Diaries, but with like, what if the gods were kind of like Greek mythology style? Competing with each other over their favorites.
I think so. I haven't read it, so I can't confirm. But I believe there is a classic Chinese novel called Investiture of the Gods that's kind of like that, but with like
that's good.
The fall of the Shang Dynasty and the rise of the Zhou Dynasty. So proper ancient China stuff. But yeah,
cool.
Obviously, the novel is not ancient China. It's like it's like Ming Dynasty or Qing Dynasty, but like
So yeah, I've been I reread that novel. I just listened to it on an audiobook. I think his choice of accents, the person who read it, his choice of accent sometimes was weird. I want to be clear. I'm not saying he was putting on weird racist accents. I was saying like sometimes like like there's one country that the audiobook narrator decided was like American Southern. I was like, this is an interesting decision, but I guess, but
me doing my American dub for Tanigaki.
Yeah, but I just had a good time. It was real, like, I was just like I was constantly going like, hell yeah, Ken, you know this shit rocks, because he's like, it's in characters like Kindo Murana. Kindo Murana is one of the bad guys in the book. He's an antagonist. He's like of like the empire that Kunigaru and Matazindu are rebelling against. And Kindo Murana is a minister of finance in the Imperial Palace. And he's been really annoying the regent. And someone comes to the regent and says, the rebellion's getting out of hand. You have to create a marshal to lead troops to go defeat them. And the regent is like, I think they're really overblowing this rebellion thing. I don't think it's a big deal. I think they're trying to get money from me. And he's like, I'll just send someone who really annoys me. And so he picks the Minister of Finance. And so Kindo Murana is like, why the fuck have I been picked to go become a general of the Empire to fight the rebellion? And then he learns the truth about organizing a military campaign, which is it's mostly the key to being a military genius is mostly good logistics, and he's good at that. And I was like, this is the good shit. This is like fucking bullshit thing. And then the regent back home is like, I always knew Kindo Murana was destined for greatness. Yeah, I just, I thought it was a very good book. I think there's like a couple of things. One of the aims maybe of this project is that Ken Liu is like conscious of the way women are treated in his like favorite Chinese classics.
Oh, you mean, and so a hero isn't going to be like, oh, I feel so moved that this random stranger fed me his wife.
So the difference is that kind of attitude and perspective is in the book, but it's like recognized for what it is.
That's just,
by other characters and by by women. There's this character called Kumiko who makes this kind of radical decision halfway through based on like her very like clear-eyed understanding of what it means to be a woman in her scenario. And there's just I would say that for most of the book, it's like very it takes the gender of the characters very seriously, and like the way that women are treated. Like it does not depict a society that's like better than the one from the Chinese classics, right?
It's just like commenting on them.
Yeah. I would say in the like back half of the book, it gets a little bit girl boss about it in a way that's like, I'm like, I see what I see the effort, and I think most of the time, it lands, and I think there's just occasionally it's just a little bit like, I'm like, but I do think it's all in like very good faith. It's all like in like very good, very well intentioned, and like I'm very appreciative of it. Even when it sometimes smacks of like, bro, you're really going out of your way. You there's, I don't know, because it's not like it's just an interesting decision to make in writing the book, but I think is mostly very interesting, and like very occasionally there's like a misstep. And then I just think the main, because like the core relationship is between the guy that's gonna wind up being the emperor of the Han Dynasty, the fake Han Dynasty, and the guy that he's going to beat, and like their kind of because they're kind of brotherhood in the first half of the book, and all falling apart. It's great. I just think it's
Suikoden 2 someday.
What was that? Sorry.
You should play Suikoden 2 someday. I
should play Suikoden 2 someday. But yeah, I think it's I think epic fantasy, right? I go looking on YouTube and people talk about this book in a way that's like clear that like the fantasy genre has broken their brain, where they're talking about like, oh, this book has so many perspective characters, and I'm like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't have perspective characters. It doesn't have POV characters. That's not a useful idea here. You can't be this rigid in your view of what a book is.
It's just omniscient third person narrative.
Yeah. It in like an epic style.
Would you say the lack of historical, like, classic literature perspective also probably hurting those people?
Perhaps. But I also
is it like a case of oh, everyone like the Ouroboros eating itself, sufferential, like your only viewpoint touchstone?
I mean, yes.
I was just saying at some point.
Yes, because like I think there's a certain type of fantasy, not epic fantasy novel that emerged in the 90s that has really taken a hold of the genre thanks to the dominance of like the Robert Jordans, and then the like smooth continuation, or like truly the smoothest succession, right, that isn't by primogeniture, of like from one king to another, is Robert Jordan like dying and handing off being the king of the fantasy genre to Brandon Sanderson. Is like has really had an effect on the genre, and it's sort of weird that people aren't equipped to read a book like this, because Lord of the Rings is more like this than like the Brandon Sanderson.
George R.R. Martin. I think the 1-2 punch of
George R.R. Martin,
Wheel of Time / the Sanderson stuff, and George R.R. Martin, where he is deliberately
the chapters are titled after the character. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It is like if these people simply had read Dune.
Yes, I mean this is another thing that happens, is you go on YouTube and see what people have to say about Dune, and they're like, oh, this book's so weird, but I guess that's because it's really old. It's from the 60s. It's not that fucking old. It's not that old at all.
I can't watch First Gundam. It's so old.
It's so old. It's too old. It looks too icky.
I'm kind of curious, like, if there's something similar in sci-fi, but also I don't know where or if I check that out, because I'm interested in reading more sci-fi. I'm gonna go read if I'm gonna read more sci-fi, I'm gonna read the 60s and 70s stuff probably, because I gotta read like Lewin and Delaney, etc. so far.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I need to get back to reading those fucking Dangerous Visions collections, because like I was reading one of those every night for a couple weeks there, and there's some cool stuff. That era of sci-fi where they're like, we want to be more sick and nasty with it, was sometimes fraught, but also very cool.
Well,
the Denpa of sci-fi.
Harlan Ellison is a key figure in the Denpa movement. That's me. I've got a bunch of other stuff that I've just been kind of doing, but like I'm not, that's my one thing I done start to finish.
It was your birthday since we last recorded, I think.
It was my birthday
Happy
since
birthday.
we last recorded. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
it was a quiet one. We ordered Chinese. I had a birthday cake that had a Gundam face on it.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, my mum made it. It was a surprise. She did not know that I shared that the 5th of November is also Tomino's birthday. So I got to tell her this significance as she gave me the Gundam birthday cake.
Have either of you...
Yeah.
Do either of you know about my Gundam cake story?
No.
No.
I had a G Gundam cake that my mom gave the like cake decorator person like a picture of Domo and Kashu, and I had a Domo and Kashu cake with when G Gundam was on air for my birthday that year.
That's
so I was really
great.
into G Gundam. It was the only time I have ever emailed into GGP was to tell them about this cake.
Nice.
Well, maybe I did hear this from GGP.
Probably. It's the only time I've sent them an email. Oh, that's a good cake.
Well, that's
There
a
we
good
go.
cake.
That's a good one.
Yeah. The V fins are just cardboard. She
Okay, I
couldn't
was
get
about
that. She
to say.
couldn't.
I mean,
she couldn't
that's
get that shit to
reasonable.
work.
That's like reasonable.
Yeah, she was like,
It's hard to get.
My mum's like good at like. First of all, my mum has never seen a Gundam in her fucking life. She found a picture and was like,
honestly,
my child
pretty
likes this thing. But yeah, she's very good at baking. So like I was like, yeah. This is good job.
I have anyone who can make any shape out of any cake. I don't know if any of y'all have ever seen those amateur baking shows where they're like, oh, make like, a so-and-so themed cake, and it's just like falling apart. Absolute disaster.
Can you make the Klein bottle shape?
What's the Klein bottle shape?
Yeah, I don't think I know what this is.
Oh, it's like a fucked up, like,
fuck.
non-Euclidean.
Right, yes. So this is like a fucked up geometric theoretical shape
Yes.
that that you can't have.
Non-Euclidean geometry.
Yeah. I don't think my mum could make a Klein bottle cake. She'd try. She'd get very mad in the process of it not working.
Yeah.
Well, she'd ask one of her famous friends to help her out.
She would. She was the next door. She was next door neighbors with Daniel Day-Lewis.
What?
I fucking lost. I was like, what are you talking about? She was like, yeah, it was a very long time ago. It's ridiculous. Anyway. So that was me. Who wants to go next?
I can go. I got a couple things.
Go for it.
So first of all, Red isn't the only thing that had a birthday in the past week.
Okay.
So on Friday, a date of no significance whatsoever, I watched the Battleship Potemkin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. This might be the oldest movie I've ever seen, to be honest.
It's old.
No, wait, is it?
You ever seen like a silent old like Buster Keaton stuff or
Nosferatu.
Let me see.
The High Sign?
What was the year of Battle Potential?
Battleship Potential Ship.
Potential Ship.
Battleship Potemkin is 1925.
25.
Okay, you know, I have seen one thing older.
What's that?
The Silent Ten Commandments.
Nice.
Though I also did like only watch a little bit of it because it was kind of boring. This is probably like, I haven't seen a lot of silent films, but it's probably like the most engaging silent film I've seen. It's got good energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's good communist media.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen it. I should fix that.
It's good. There's the big scene on the steps.
Yeah.
Lots of mutinies. Fucking shit up. Just lots of good bits. Also, if you know the history, like the whole thing of like the soldiers kind of like to tell, sort of like get riling up and radicalizing like the crowd, and like there's just the one guy who's clearly like an op from the Tsarist government who's like, yeah, we gotta kill the Jews, and like all the entire crowd just starts beating him up. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's
Yeah.
good. What do you expect?
It's a very famous movie.
Very famous classic of early cinema.
Yeah.
Montage Theory, etc., etc.
The stairs movie, the stairs bit makes its way into like so many movies.
I didn't even know that was a, I didn't even know it was a thing that was that influential on that point of view. Like, obviously, it makes sense to be influential, but it's like, maybe it's purposely obscured because it's a Soviet movie that's aggressively communist. So,
yeah,
I should watch his other movies, like the Alexander Kerensky.
Alexander Nevsky, yeah.
Alexander Nevsky.
That's pretty good. That one's not silent. That one's.
Yeah, I assume at that point, like, he got to the talkies.
Yeah. That one is where Age of Empires 2 got its depiction of Teutonic Knights from. It's just, it's the unique unit of the Teutons, and they move really slowly and they take lots of damage. And they're really menacing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, probably true of real life when they were genociding Eastern Europeans and making German settlers in the region.
Oh yes, that's listen. Alexander Nevsky is very clear on these points.
Yes. I wonder why that was. I wonder what contemporary thing at the time may have led that comparison.
Oh, I have also, since I talked about that movie on this podcast, like ages and ages ago, I have since learned why they made such a point about the Mongols.
Was it Japan?
No, actually, it's because like it's like they had, there was like, it was like an internal conflict with Mongolia because they were encouraging Mongolia to forego a lot of their national heroes because they were evil. but also there's a specific, it's got its own sort of nationalist
it's
element.
complicated because it's like,
where it's like Russians being like, I don't think that you, Mongolia, should be really praising these national heroes of yours who used to invade us specifically.
Yes, yeah, because you have like both like Genghis Khan obviously being like most significant.
Yeah.
And not genocidal leader, and also subjugating the Russians specifically, but also like there's the conflict of like Mongolia sort of like gaining independence through socialist revolution from China and sort of being the second socialist state with like obviously close association with the Soviet Union, and obviously there's this complication there.
So it gets interesting. I think ultimately it's like a kind of fruitless endeavor to try to get Mongolia to not have any feelings about Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
I don't know what the feelings you want them to have is, but like it's not going to be none. It's not going to be, he was the worst and we don't want any association with him. But
I from our understanding, this is kind of like how Georgians feel about Stalin too. You can't have no feelings about him if you're Georgian.
Yeah, naturally.
You can go one way or the other, but you can't have none.
Yeah, that was I've Pre-Modernist, the YouTube channel. He's very cool. He used to have Genghis Khan Day videos, and he likes talking about Mongolia. And so he explained one of the idea of why Genghis Khan Day exists, and it's that after the Soviet Union didn't exist anymore, Mongolia was like, well, we're going to just be really open about liking our national heroes again.
Yeah.
I
think it is fun. The way it's kind of sad, because like end of collapse of the socialist bloc.
Yeah.
But like it is fun that the capital of Mongolia literally just means like Red Star or Red City or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Because it was like I don't know if it was founded or like renamed because of the socialist revolution, but that's why Ulaanbaatar is called.
Mm-hmm.
It's like literally a socialist name.
Yeah. Pre-Modernist also has a great video explaining why the Mongols definitely didn't kill that many people. They couldn't have done that.
They did destroy a lot, though.
Yes, but there's a whole he has a whole video about like some of the absurd statistics that people pull out of nowhere. It's really good. Anyway, Battleship Potemkin.
It's good. I should watch. There's obviously more Soviet cinema I want to watch. Like just more socialist, country media in general. Because I think it'd be interesting.
Are you subscribed to that one channel that I think it came up? I was about to say, I'm pretty sure it came up on this podcast before. Yeah.
Well, because Mosfilm is like was the Soviet Union film publisher.
Yeah, the Mosfilm YouTube channel just has loads of Mosfilm movies just on there.
That's where I watched Solaris and Stalker.
There you go.
Yeah. I was like, it's on YouTube for free.
That's where I watched the Avengers, the Red Avengers, which wasn't very good.
I wonder if Come and See is on there. A movie which I would need to watch, but also will be very hard to watch.
I see.
Do you know that one?
I do know that one. Yes. I have seen bits of it. I have not seen all of it.
Yeah. But you understand why it would be hard to watch.
Yes. Very grim movie.
Yeah.
What else have you been up to?
I finished a short video game yesterday.
Nice.
Which is nice. You know what it is?
No.
All right, so I'm gonna walk you through something.
Okay.
What? You know Resident Evil, right?
Okay, Resident Evil.
What if there was a samurai? And I played Onimusha Warlords.
Oh, you played Onimusha Warlords. I haven't touched it yet.
Yeah. This is, I guess, I've dabbled a bit with the first DMC, but I don't think it necessarily counts. So I'm counting this as my first exposure to a Resident Evil style game, which is funny.
That's pretty funny. I didn't even know it was a Resident Evil style.
Yeah, it really is just a Resident Evil game set in feudal Japan.
That sounds way cooler than any of the pitches I've heard for this game.
What are the pitches you've heard?
No, it's vibe. It's like just the thing. I'm like, it's a Capcom action game with a samurai. It's just general idea, and I'm like, yeah, it sounds alright, but like whatever. But if it's like a,
there's definitely is like a progression towards DMC because, lots of apocryphal stuff. Like everyone knows DMC 1 was originally going to be RE4 became something else, and Kamiya was inspired by a glitch in this game, which I think got patched out before it was actually released, where enemies got juggled, and he's like, what if you made that the mechanic?
I see.
So yeah, I think this was a launch title for the PS2, but I played the Steam version, though maybe if I knew what I knew now, I would have just emulated the PS2 version. Because unfortunately, the Steam version doesn't let you skip cutscenes, which makes it annoying when you die, because it's an action game and you have to reload your save.
I see.
And repeating stuff and yeah.
You'd think it would be straightforward to simply make you able to skip cutscenes.
I think the problem is like the pre-render cutscenes are skippable, but like not the in-engine ones. But also, it's not like that. That is still a solved problem, right? Mm-hmm. Like it is like it's fine. Like I die, I reload a save, I have to go walk my way back to the boss arena. That's like whatever. It's like when I have to also watch like a 2-minute cutscene before the boss fight. I'm like, okay, come on. Yeah. If I had known this, I would have save stated, but I can't save state because there is non-Steam. It's a Steam version. But yeah, it's I understand the appeal of the Resident Evil formula. The combat isn't too hard. You get like 3 different weapons with different like one's like a regular kind of like average size sword. It has a lightning spell. One is like a fire element sword that's like really slow and heavy, and one's like a Darth Maul basically twin blade sword that's like really fast and good for like
I like Darth Maul.
Yeah, many do. It has a wind spell, and yeah, there's like 3 different weapons you get with like different spells, and like they're good for different scenarios. There's this thing where enemies drop souls, and like some souls are heal your mana or health, and like the other ones are for enhancing weapons. Also, the different swords have like their spells mean you can unlock certain doors, but also there's like other things to unlock doors and stuff. Lots of puzzling, things you expect from a Resident Evil game. Obviously, also pre-rendered fixed camera angles. So the game is the tank controls. The remaster version also maps like non-tank controls on the analog stick. So like D-pad is for tank controls and analog stick is not. I mostly tried to use tank controls just to be like, well, I don't want to be a coward, but like by the end of it, I was getting a little bit impatient, so I did use analog stick controls a bit, which may have been another reason for me to like just consider using the PS2 version, just because I was like, oh, I don't have a choice, I have to learn to adapt. But I think for the most part, it's like it's fine to like. Obviously, the game is made for those controls, so there's like. I think there's a move which I've seen lots of people do where it's sort of like you can nothing personal if you time attack at the right time, but I was never able to I never knew how to do it, so I didn't do much. But it's there, and it does seem cool. And yeah, it's I don't have much to say about it other than it's a cool game. I should play more. I want to play more of these, because they have 2 more. Actually, they have 3 more, and they have a new one coming out. But also, it'd be cool to actually go back and play. At least the PS1 Resident Evils, and also Dino Crisis. I don't really care much about any Resident Evil past 4. Like, I think, like, 4 is the cutoff point. We're like, I'll play 4, but maybe not any of them after that. But, it was cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Wow.
Also, it's like 4 hours.
Yeah, I mean...
Now that's
nice.
a Resident Evil.
There you go. There you go. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. In and out. All you need.
Well then. Brad.
Yeah. So, I actively made the decision that I'm gonna make sure this November doesn't suck ass, because, November... been a bad month for me for like the past half decade of my life, and towards the end of last month I was like, it's kind of stupid that I've come to like dread one entire 12th of the year. I should like not do that to myself. For context, 1-2 punch of the industry that I work in, for whatever reason it seems like clients are the most obnoxious around November, when like things start to slow down and analytics numbers start to look worse than they did in the summer, just strictly due to seasonality and like customer interest. But then like they go, oh, why aren't things working as well as they did in the summer? And then I have to go, it's been like this every year, please leave me alone. And like people are gearing up for like Christmas shit too, so like all the holiday stuff like starts to come into full swing. And then also too, just like some unfortunate family stuff happened a few years back, around like Thanksgiving time. So like November's been like just depression city for me, like the past like 5 years or so. And I'm just like, no, let's actively like try to make this a good month for me. So I'm just like chilling. I'm unwinding a little bit. Nice. Having a good time. Still watching Digimon Tamers with my one friend. Another friend of mine was like, hey, what's the deal with this Patlabor thing? So that's gonna be a revisit coming up soon. Very excited for that. Just gonna do the OVAs and the movie stuff. We might follow it up with the TV show. Red, are you still watching that, Red, or did you ever wrap that up?
I took a break because I fell off, and then October hit, and I was like, I'm just gonna watch horror movies, and now I'm getting back on Patlabor on TV. It's pretty good.
Okay,
it's one of those I have to watch.
I am curious about it. The thing that I am constantly good about is reading why Headgear fell apart as a studio, and see the. To make a long story ridiculous, Oshi had a very deep ideological divide between Izubuchi, who audience may know as the guy who made all the suits look like that in Char's Counterattack. And I can't remember the manga author's name for Patlabor, who also did a lot of the TV show stuff, but apparently that manga guy was just like kind of involved with like lived in the neighborhood that all like the bougie manga industry people kind of lived in. But Patlabor manga guy and Izubuchi were very hyped about like, oh, well, if the police had the latest technology, like, you know, they could do a lot of cool stuff. And Oshi was like, nope. And that divide apparently got increasingly more petty and rough, and that's kind of the reason Patlabor went away. Which made me kind of skeptical about like the manga and TV show stuff, but like I do know Oshi does direct some of those TV show episodes, and like people overall like it and say it's mostly just a fun comedy time. So
yeah, I mean it's mostly just been obviously, you know, there's they are the cops, and so inevitably there will be like episodes about, you know, the cops being the cops, but like it's fine. It's a comedy cop show.
Yeah, and you know, I like the comedy episodes of the OVAs, so I'm really excited because like I've roped in a few other friends, because like my one friend asked, but then a few other friends are like, oh, like I should watch it too or whatever. Like, you know, I've heard things, and I'm so excited for them to get to like the goofy shit, because like I think it'll blindside them. And I'm excited to see.
You go into Patlabor expecting like, oh, it's gonna be a comedy, but it's gonna be a comedy like about cops doing cop shit, and then you get the Godzilla episode. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
Crucially, the Godzilla episode that's also the Skydon episode.
Yeah, there's also the Skydon episode of Ultraman.
You should show them the Skydon episode of Ultraman just so they have context.
I was gonna explain to him after. Well, also like Bolton shows up in that episode as just like a little target they're shooting at. It's very funny.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's right at the beginning because I remembered I looked it up because I'm like this they're shooting at like an alien buoy like target thing in the water at the start, and I'm like, this is too specific looking. I was like, it's an Ultraman thing.
If I recall correctly, I think there is an episode of Patlabor on TV that does homage Ultra 7.
That's funny.
Well, eventually I'll get to it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I've been excited for that. But the big thing that I've been treating myself with is I bought a new funny little toy device thing to play around with.
Okay, so you talked about this last week briefly.
So
I've been wondering what kind of toy you've been playing with.
The Oozinator. No.
I don't want to know what you've been doing with the Oozinator, Brad. I don't want to know that.
No, so
me and Mel will go into another room. You can text us when you're done saying what you have to say into the microphone. I'll only inflict this on the listeners, not myself.
Discord message sent 10 minutes ago. Hold up, I need to clean the walls. 5 minutes later, all right, you can come back in. I don't know how familiar you two are, but there has been a boom, I would say, of retro Android handheld consoles in the past, like, 5 years. Like, ever since COVID, basically.
Oh, I know what you have. Okay.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
This has been, like, a thing that, like, there's been this, like, basically... effectively an arms race between like 3 or 4 different Chinese companies that are all making their bigger and better, like, hey, what if we made like a Steam Deck, but it's basically intended like you put like your ROMs and emulators and shit on this thing. Mm-hmm. And the latest, it kind of has popped off even more than it has, because like it's been like a niche community thing. Like there are so many dedicated YouTube channels that you can find that are all dedicated to like, how do you review, like you're like reviewing these things, and how do you set these up, how do you customize them, how do they compare to one another, right? Like whole cottage industry. Recently they've been booming even more because the latest innovation they've come up with is, what if we just made a better 3DS that ran on Android? And one of my friends, Jake, who he's pretty into these, he has one called a Retroid, which basically what they did is they kind of started this off, whereas like they made an expansion thing for one of the handhelds they'd made previously that's essentially like a clamshell device thing that you add on as like a second screen to the one you already have, making it into a DS. Another company that is known for being one of the better like more like upscale, like, oh, we want to make this feel like a real high quality product, like all fancy thing, came up with an answer to that, which is, what if we made one that is just actually a DS? Like it's not like a separate screen, like it's actually one big clamshell device that you can't remove or whatever, that flips out and open or whatever. And my friend posted a link to this like a month and a half back, I want to say, when pre-orders started, because he was like, fuck, I kind of wish I had just waited to buy this one, because it looks really cool and it's slightly more powerful. And I looked at it and I went, oh fuck, I kind of want this. So I ordered one. I'm happy I did when I did, because it seems like now they're like struggling to keep up with the demand. Giant Bomb made a video on this thing, which I kind of blew me away, but they love it too. But I've been setting up like, so a little while back, I talked about my divorced dad project of setting up Emulation Station on my computer to have a fancy emulator front end. Which I did, and is great, and I'm happy I did that, because for a one-time fee of $5, you can also download the Android fork of Emulation Station, which syncs up with your PC one, if you so want it to. So I have like all my emulators set up on a front end on this thing now too, and I just have like a thing that will play like DS and 3DS games with like the actual dual screen format, and like completely portable and stuff.
Sick.
Or
Nice.
this also is a device that hints at like a possible brain rot future Nintendo could have gone down if they wanted to go for, like, if they wanted to continue the 3DS like legacy, but also like really lean into like, oh well, like mobile devices and smartphones and stuff are here, like we should offer those sort of stuff too. You know, you could theoretically play Fire Emblem for the Game Boy Advance on the top screen while watching a Hassan stream on the bottom screen.
Oh my fucking god.
I'm not saying I did this, but you know.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay.
Oh man. I say this
it-
like I don't watch VTuber streams while I play Crusader Kings 2.
Yeah, no, so here's the thing. It feels so much more fucking degenerate and filthy when it's all on, like, one DS, like, shared device. Like, something about it, it just feels like, oh, I am actively destroying my brain cells, overstimulating myself right now with these video feeds. It's like the fucking short form video you see where it's a guy talking, but they're like, oh, that's not exciting enough, so they put fucking Subway Surfers in the bottom half.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's the same shit. It's like, oh god, this is going to ruin my attention span, but I will play around to do it anyways. There is one thing that does kind of suck about this, and it's just kind of an unfortunate reality. The touchscreens that we use in modern like tablets and like computers and phones and all that is a different type and technology of touchscreen than the ones that were used in the DS and Wii U.
Yes.
And while and I can't remember, it's like capacitive versus restrictive or something. I can't remember the exact terms, but the long and short is that the one used for like phones and tablets and stuff is not only cheaper, but also like enables like the multi-touch and stuff, and is just in general more useful, and like there's a reason that's the one used in everything now. The one that's like used in like the old Nintendo hardware and like your old classic like PDAs and stuff from back in the day, doesn't have many advantages, but the one advantage it does have, faster response time and less input delay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh damn.
So there is, unfortunately, no matter what you do and how you make these things, always going to be a little bit of a delay compared to what it was like on the actual DS. So if I ever want to play something like really fast-paced and like I really need to make sure like, you know, like the input on like the touchscreen is like fast and quick or whatever, I'm probably just gonna like load up something on like my actual 3DS via like a flash card or like whatever, right? But for everything else, which frankly is like RPGs and like just stuff you don't really need the touchscreen for all that much, like I'm more than fine to just load it up on this thing. Even like I just to see, because I wanted to test it out, I loaded up both Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass because I'm like, well, these games are all predominantly controlled through the touchscreen, but like they don't really require, like, I mean, Zelda combat doesn't require you to be super quick, right? Like you need to be fast enough, but like it's not particularly demanding in terms of your reflexes, and it was fine. Like I was like, this is perfectly acceptable. It probably doesn't feel as good as if I just loaded up my DS copy, but like it's all right. But yeah, the first game I've been playing on it is I was like, been a hot minute since I played that DS version of Mario 64. That's such a weird remake. I love it so much. I love that you start that game.
I want to try it at some point.
It's so cool. Like, you start that game, and you're playing as Yoshi, and you gotta unlock Mario. That's awesome. That's the type of shit I feel like they wouldn't do if they remade, like, that game nowadays,
I wonder if, like, the things they do in that game would make sense for, like, a more sane version of DK64.
Well, you already got the five lads in that one, right?
Yeah.
So, like, my boy...
I mean, just, like... There's a way that, like, having to switch between guys is made really tedious in DK64. Also, like, you have to collect... Each Kong can only collect the color banana or something.
Yep.
Things like
there is some of that tension in 64, but they do this thing where in the level they have these little hats that you can find, and they're marked on the mini-map on the bottom screen, that, like... will turn you into the character you need to do, so you don't always have to like go back out and which is nice. Like specifically, Yoshi can do his thing where he eats enemies and lays the eggs and throws the eggs and stuff. He can't punch or hold anything. So like that mission at the beginning of Mario 64, the famous like baby penguin one where you gotta like carry the penguin to its mother, Yoshi will just like pick it up in its mouth and the penguin will be like, can you please not eat me? And then Yoshi spits him out and like you have to transform into Mario to be able to hold the penguin, which is very funny. But yeah, I'm envisioning all of the different RPGs and shit now that I'm like, ooh, because I'm not gonna lie, I have felt in recent years, I'm like, sometimes I feel like I'm not playing as much as I could be, but it's because I'm hanging out with people in Discord, and I'm like, I want to be able to stream this to my friends, which means that maybe if, like, say I had something on my Steam Deck, like, I don't want to start it on there, because maybe I want to, like, show this off and, like, hang out with my friends, like, later on or whatever. There is a file sync system that I found that's recommended specifically for, like, hey, do you have a bunch of devices running, like, RetroArch or, like, emulators or whatever, and you just want all your stuff synced between them, kind of like cloud save style? There is a thing that you can get set up for that, where it's just, like, you're done playing and, like, it'll automatically sync all of your saves and shit, so you can just kind of pop into, like, whatever device and pick up where you left off. And I'm like, oh god, like, my friends might not actually see me for a few months, because, like, if I can just be in any room of this goddamn apartment and go from, like, laying in bed with this thing to playing on my computer to, oh, I'm on my Steam Deck in my living room, like, ooh, I'm gonna be gaming, let me tell you. I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
So I've been getting this all set up, and it's just also a very pretty screen. Like, it's just a very nice, bright, like, colorful screen. You can run DS and 3DS and stuff, like, at, like, way above native resolution, and it still runs completely fine and all that jazz. So it's a great time. If you're interested at all in the AYN Thor, like, you've seen people talking about it, like, I definitely think it's worth the price. Like, they are expensive. Like, I think, like, I can't remember what the cheapest one is. I have the third model. There's, like, 4 different tiers of model. I bought the third one, and it was over $400. But and even you can add on a little bit, because I bought, like, a touchscreen stylus for it as well, right? So that was, like, $10 extra. But it's cool. I'm very happy. I feel like I'm gonna get a lot done, and a lot that I've meant to play wrapped up with this thing now in my hands, and I'm looking forward to having a cozy November. It's been a good first 9 days. And hopefully work does not make it worse. We'll see. But yeah, I have one other thing. So I guess speaking of devices, I've been trying, like, when I'm sitting down to watch a movie or whatever, right? I've been trying to be a little bit better about having, like, just putting my phone in the other room beforehand, right? just to not have the distraction. Because I don't know about you two, but like sometimes it's like, you know, you get to that 30-40 minute mark of a movie, you start to be like, I can just check. And then it's like, well, fuck, now I'm rewinding because I feel like I haven't really been taking it in, right? But sometimes that bites you in the ass because it's like, well, fuck, okay. A character, like, someone shows up on screen and you're like, I think I know this guy, but like, I can't quite place who this is. But, like, I don't have my phone nearby to, like, check it out. And it's like, if someone else was in this fucking room, they'd be able to, like, just immediately go, like, oh, that's so-and-so, you dipshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna post this image in the chat, and I want you both to tell me who this is.
That's Chappie.
That's Chappie. I rewatched Chappie.
There you go.
Okay.
I think I liked it more than I did when it first came out. I'm not gonna lie.
I haven't seen Chappie.
I've
never seen Chappie.
Chappie is a movie about a police robot that keeps getting all banged up, and someone, the programmer of the police robots, works for the, you know, evil arms company that's making all the police robots, but that's not really what he's there for. He wants to, like, make robots with consciousness. Like, that's his big thing. And he keeps being like, hey, because I made the police robots, boss, can I have funding to, like, make people robots? And the CEO, girl boss lady, goes, haha, no. Hugh Jackman is also there. He made Ed 209 and is really mad that the police robots are seen as better for their value than his big helmet-controlled Ed 209. And through a series of wacky incidents, he manages to, the creator of the police robots manages to take one that's been broken apart, repair it, and then upload, like, a file to him that, like, you know, essentially gives him, like, full personhood. But also, he's been kidnapped by a small-time gang that owes a large gang leader a shit ton of money, who I did not know at the time, but I have since learned, because there's two main ones in the gang, Ninja and Yolandi, who are played by actual South African hip-hop stars, Ninja and Yolandi.
Right.
Playing fictionalized versions of themselves. And also apparently just terrible human beings. They adopted, like, 3 kids that have all since come out and been like they were fucking awful parents. So that's unfortunate. But this weird...
You can't go you can't be like, oh, I'm Ninja if your name is Watkin Tudor Jones.
Yeah.
Well, he's he's a white South African.
White South African. That's how it goes.
Yeah. So this movie is about this weird amalgamation of people trying to teach Chappie how to be a person and live life and deal with, like, things like mortality and death. There is a weird earworm that has been stuck in my brain for 10 years since the previews for this movie came out, which is where white South African ninja is teaching Chappie how to be a gangster, and he says the phrase, Chappie, if you want to be in the gang, you have to be cool like daddy. And that has stuck in my mind for all these years.
Okay.
And I don't know why. But yeah, there's a real tension here, because also, too, like, the police want Chappie back. Hugh Jackman orchestrates, like, basically hacks all the police robots to, like, go haywire, and stop working. And it is incredibly funny how close this movie gets to being about, like, you know, it would be bad if the police had these giant, like, not giant, but, like, you know, invincible robots to, like, you know, crack down on, like, you know, crime and all that, and, like, in, you know, the mixture of, like, the militarization of police and, like, the arms industry with, like, the police force, kind of undermined with the scene in the movie where as soon as the police robots stop working, mass chaos and fires in the streets.
Oh,
Everyone
you
is
mean like when
breaking in.
RoboCop talks about like the police doing those?
Yes. It's just like I don't even know what anyone's attempting to do. Everyone just seems to be breaking everything in sight. It's
Full
so funny.
disclosure, I spent this entire time quiet wondering how I could bring up RoboCop in this story, because you started describing the plot, I was like, oh wait, like RoboCop.
Oh yeah, this movie definitely has some RoboCop in it. The stuff about this movie that does work for me, and I did latch onto this time around and is interesting, is all the stuff where, like, Chappie watches He-Man on TV the first time he's awake, and then, like, they turn it off and they're like, no, we need to teach you how to, like, get money and do crimes and stuff. There's no time for watching TV, and he gets a little bit sad because he has, like, the mind of a child still. I need to stop watching movies with dog metaphors. There's a part where they see a caged dog right next to the carcass of a dead dog, and Ninja goes, see, Chappie, that's how this world is. You're either the caged one or the dead one. Which one do you want to be? And Chappie looks sad.
I think being taught how to be a person by Antwoord is, like, great.
It's really funny. They do basically they put him out in the middle of the streets and they're like, oh, this is a test. But really what they're doing is they're putting like one of the, like, police robots devoid of any context, like, onto the streets of, like, one of, like, the big, like, you know, gang held areas of the city. Mm-hmm. So they all think it's there to do police shit. So they all start beating the shit out of it. So there's, like, a lovingly crafted slow-mo sequence of Chappie getting harassed and lit on fire by these gang members and then running home crying, being like, Daddy, don't leave me alone again.
Oh my god.
And it's like, damn. But, like, really, really fun scenes too of, like, when the gang guy is out of, like, doing deals and stuff like that, his girlfriend and the original creator of Chappie and, like, the robots are, like, trying to teach him how to paint and, like, how to read and like, use the internet and stuff like that. And, like, there's a real tension here of, like, trying to vie for who is the more influential, like, of the, like, it's a movie about parenting in a lot of ways, honestly. And, like, influences and, like, trying to, like, help a young person or a developing mind make sense of the world. And, like, really good scenes of, like, Chappie knows that guns exist and what they do, but he doesn't quite understand, like, knives or stabbing, and he thinks that he's putting people to sleep. And there's, like, a scene where he realizes, like, oh, wait, no, I'm killing people, and, like, feels a way about it. Yeah.
I didn't even know this was part of Chappie, to be honest. I didn't know what Chappie was about.
Yeah, it's like training a baby robot how to do a heist movie, but then also takes a turn towards the end of, like, Chappie starts to do Ghost in the Shell shit of, like, well, what is a consciousness? Sometimes you upload a file literally called consciousness.dat into a robot body, and yeah.
I love Neil Blomkamp, man. What a fucking loser. That's so good.
He needs to make movies again. IMO.
Last movie he did the Gran Turismo movie, right? He was the director.
Oh, was he? Oh, you're right. Oh my god.
But it's not a Neil. That's not a Blomkamp movie. It's not stupid fucking sci-fi.
But yeah, there's some stuff towards the end of, like, maybe we accidentally stumbled, because, like, a lot of the movie also too is doing the sci-fi thing of, like, there's like a circle of life and creation, and, like, perhaps we are playing God by making our own, like, like, race of people or whatever. But then also too, that kind of loops around to, like, well, what if this was also, like, an evolution for mankind too, and we didn't necessarily need bodies anymore, in a way that I think is kind of fun, where it's like, like, the genie's out of the bottle on this one, and like it or not, there's no turning back around, and the world has just fundamentally changed in a way that I think is really fun. I overall had a pretty good time. Definitely a better movie than District 9, IMO. Which, frankly, I've also not seen. I think the last time I saw District 9 was when it was in theaters.
I think District 9 might be like, I don't know. It's on reflection, it's embarrassing how much everyone liked District 9.
Oh, yeah. No, it absolutely is.
Anyway,
I'm coming out pro Chappie though. After when it came out, I believe I saw it in theaters, that or it was like close to with friends. But I remember being kind of dismissive of it. But I was like, it's, compared to what else is out these days, I'll take a Chappie. I feel like we need more Chappies in the world.
I saw Elysium in a cinema.
That's a movie I want to rewatch. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a movie. That's
I had a professor that brought that movie up a lot, and I always was like, that's a weird pull.
I mean, I can see why, but also I think you'd get more out of like discussion about the ideas than the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's, a broad concept. Sci-fi.
I love science fiction.
Science fiction.
Fiction.
That's the kind of podcast we do.
That is.
Courtesy of Superaya.
Speaking of Superaya.
Yeah.
Brad, are you done?
I'm done.
Do you want to talk about that's Chappie? Do you want to talk about some emails? Do we have any emails?
Yeah, we have 2 emails. Also acknowledging it here, Mothra Fanboy sent us an Omega email early.
I see.
Which we will be looking at next week.
Or we could read it now.
But for no. I'm sure the 2 emails we have will be long enough.
Yeah. So yeah, that is the podcast. We've got emails now. So shoot.
First email is subject line 80 Sonas.
80 Sonas.
Hello, Marie. Thanks for the pod. I hope one day I will have the strength to watch even one of these shows to completion. In the meantime, I will happily listen along instead.
Well, thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
You is transferred into Takeshi's class, where he is still in fact a teacher. Was your one-word nickname given to you by the class, and was the moral delivered by Takeshi in your Spotlight episode?
Everyone's calling me the Oozinator, and the lesson I learned is to
They
stop
are not
doing
calling
that.
it Oozinator.
Takeshi is not calling a middle school child the Oozinator. I'm sorry. We gotta investigate this man.
Well, now I find
Listen,
out he's not
I
working at
saw
the
an
school anymore.
opportunity and I had to take it.
Nickname. I don't know.
I can't think of a good nickname for myself.
Yeah, same. Fuck. I think I was frankly too bland as a child to have like an endearing character trait extrapolated out to a nickname.
Yeah,
I don't know.
me too.
I don't know that I had endearing character traits when I was a child. I had character traits. They weren't very endearing.
I don't think I had anything notable about me as a child, except for like some people would be weird about my birth name. But
Yeah.
The only nickname I had of any sort was I took a computer class. Actually, it was like a Photoshop, like graphic art thing in high school. And I, for some reason, the assigned seat station I had in the computer lab had a very loud mouse. So the people that were like a grade above didn't know my name, but they just called me Clicky. And that just kind of stuck in my class.
Oh, I got a nickname. Okay, I got the nickname related to my birth name. I will not say what my birth name was, but my initials were BJ. And someone noticed this and decided to call me BJ in a particular social context. In the there was like a music charity I was working at, and I got known as BJ. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. That's not going to stick. It stuck. It stuck so hard that when someone said my name out loud, people looked around like they were talking about, like, who? Or who's that? I was like, that's me. That's my name. And eventually this got shortened to, like, the guy who invented this started shortening this to Beej, and then eventually Budge.
BJ sounds more like a real nickname than Budge.
Yeah.
Budge sounds like the grunt from Escape from New York that they like send to like take out Kurt Russell.
But if he's trying to shorten BJ even more, it sounds like he's just reaching.
He was just being antagonistic. he was being deliberately unpleasant in a friendly way. I don't know. For a while as a child, I was not okay. This is red law. I don't think this is doxing. This is red law. Which the two of you know. I don't think I've said on the podcast. Which is at school in like England, I was referred to as Irish. My name. Because I had an Irish accent. I had a Dublin accent because that was where I had moved from.
Oh.
Because I grew up in Dublin. In Clondalkin. Yeah.
When I was really young, people would purposely mispronounce my birth name because of how it was spelled, even though it's like, this is a very common English name.
Uh-huh. I was short. He might nickname me something about being short. I'm no longer short, but I was very short at the time.
Yeah, mine would probably be like Cheesehead, and it'd be like my endearing Midwestern affect.
There you go.
I don't know what my moral would be.
I still think all the time about the person who, like, added me on Twitter back in the day that was like, I don't know where you're from, but I think the way you say dragon and bag are very cute. And I went, damn it.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty funny. Bag is the big giveaway. Everyone's like, why you say it like that? I'm like, what do you mean? It's bag.
Yeah. The last evidence. There have been occasional, in editing, I've noticed the occasional crop up of the last remaining evidence of my Dublin accent. Just very occasionally. One time I said Atlantic really fucking weird. I refer to the Atlantic Ocean with a very strange accent.
My ass is not picking up on this.
No.
I re-listened to the AMCA Dooku Jedi Lost Pod.
Oh my god.
And I forgot that I'm obviously not listening to the audiobook, but like hearing that they just got someone to attempt to be Qui-Gon Jinn by putting on a fake Irish accent.
It's so funny. It's so funny. Oh, but here's the thing. The person doing Dooku's voice is not trying to do a Christopher Lee impression. So I don't know.
That's awesome.
Are they British or are they American?
They're British, but like they're not anywhere near his voice. so it's like but like they like all the actor, like, because it's an audiobook, but it's not read by one person. It's more like an audio drama. So
like the first Dune audiobook.
A bit like the first Dune audiobook. That is true. Yeah, I had to stop listening to that.
For better or worse, the future ones are just normal audiobooks.
Yeah, they just get less
I think
attention.
it's
With
funny
offensive
that
accents.
I think it's funny
Nice.
that not even the Dune audiobook is like that the full way through. It's only certain chapters.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Nicknames from Takeshi is tricky. I think the advice he'd give me, what kind of like completely useless advice would he give me? Or like hyper specific advice. I mean, if my nickname is to do with being short, his advice would be for growing. His advice would be about drinking milk.
You drink your milk.
Drink your milk.
Would Takeshi help me through my parents' divorce?
No. Well, no, yes, he would. Absolutely, he would. He would do such a good job. It would be like everyone would be on reflection, would be like, it was really weird how much Takeshi helped you through the divorce.
Yeah. Oh,
He was there at
Yeah.
the courtroom.
yeah, there you go. See, because the problem is, like, that was first year high school for me. It was just missed the cutoff.
Damn.
What did I do? Maybe Takeshi would scold me for making the JFK smoking Photoshop.
Hell yeah. He would, but you'd know you're right. You'd know you're in the right.
Yes.
Is that the extent of the email?
Yes, that was email.
Thank you very much for this email. It's led us
Yeah,
down a
thank
very
you for the
strange
email.
road.
Go through
I revealed my most British trait. I lived in Ireland.
Well,
This is the most British thing you can do.
I guess all three of us have been settlers at some point.
Yeah, that's true. That's okay. They had an economic crisis, and my dad was made redundant, and
Damn.
we all had to leave. They kicked us out eventually.
Now I just gotta finish the North.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
Any
you for the
day
email.
now. Thank you for your email.
Anyway,
Thank you for your email.
the next email. This one's from Kat. Subject line, perhaps attempting to rhyme like red. That android was bizarre.
That android was bizarre. I have unfortunately used bizarre, so that will not be what the thing is today. What I will be reusing a word, but it'll be thematic. I'll be going for he's returning to the star.
Oh.
Just, very straightforward, but it's
Anyway, Kat's email, which is more substantial. Bullet point 1. Final arc, not that one.
Mhm.
You can tell Yulian wasn't planned. I bet at least some of her episodes where scripts already finished where they just swapped in her name for Jonah with minimal changes because she just is kind of there for someone, sometimes
Yeah.
for a character who should be a big deal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I am very amused by her shtick of every episode being told by Takeshi they shouldn't use their space powers and that she just does it anyway and solves the problem. I'm sure it's just a result of different writers being given the same overall brief, but makes her come off as like endearingly spacey, entertainingly spacey, and maybe accidentally builds up the ending where the tension between wanting to help humans and let them do their own thing finally snaps. It is kind of nice. We just do get like someone who's just like, yeah, I'm just going to use alien shit. So I guess like
Meanwhile, Takeshi's like, excuse me, what are you doing?
when in Rome. Plus, I'm always a fan of characters just failing to learn lessons. But it's very silly that it only counts as cheating if humans see other humans do it. Turning into a giant superhero and using your X-ray eyes are fine, apparently.
Yeah, no problems there.
Sabkachi's here. She has a couple cool episodes. Her alter design is interestingly Buddha-like, and she has maybe the coolest defense team uniform in show Ultraman. She adds to the impression that this season kind of does a bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that even while playing the hits in these last few episodes, they did some pretty fun stuff with them. Seven and the Red King manifesting specifically because of people's attachments to them in such weird circumstances was very fun. And by the last Belton episode, I felt like the show was very much in on the joke of how much he's fallen to pay nonsense like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do think like the meta element of like Seven and Red King kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Bullet point 2, the actual ending. There's definitely something I'm curious to hear your opinions on, because I haven't seen other takes on how much humans must look out for themselves. Imagine if you do a bunch, it can start to feel a bit cyclical, where they keep saying that this, then another Ultraman arrives next time. Well, listen to earlier in the podcast.
Yeah.
But I thought it worked here, specifically making it the humans telling the Ultras to leave, then following through on fully having them win the day themselves. It was a good choice to anchor the whole thing on the captain. He's definitely the show's best actor. We did say that.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Courtesy of George Clooney. He's had a bit of a does he know vibe since the start. Plus, like that for the final monster, they didn't just make an ultimate super demon dinosaur. They replaced it with a mammoth instead. But also, it's just not a standard monster. It's just a cool, weird thing with cool suit, puppetry, and steam vents.
Yeah.
Presumably, no pun intended on cool.
Wait.
On the other hand, it's very silly how they just kind of know this will be the final episode, or the Cap has access to the Land of Light's job rotation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know how he knows all that. Where did you get your information? Who is your source? Tell me. Answer the question.
It's like the source is my own eyes.
My source, I made it up.
My source, trust me.
Oh yeah, Watchmen hasn't happened yet.
No.
Still, it's neat that they do link the final few episodes, not with the direct story with Kaiju, but just with what the characters are wrestling with. 80 telling Yulian, no, don't transform yet. If I die, you have to be the protagonist of the next season. And then Cap telling them, there's no next season, go home.
Yeah.
And the epilogue is all pretty nice and affecting and well shot, except for the robocopy of your dead coworker. Like, this is definitely just an excuse to get all the UGM back for a final scene, but such a weird thing to do. Honestly, my enjoyment probably shut up purely because the entirety of show Ultraman ends on such a strange note.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bullet point 3. I already sent plenty of long emails throughout this, so briefly, I liked it. The school stuff is great, and the rest loses some depth, but still plenty of fun sci-fi adventures if you're not burnt out and haven't seen it all before. Mm-hmm. Sometimes there's a real banger, and then a cool lady I already liked wanders through at the end. A bit of everything. I guess productions that are visibly a little shaky and janky have always appealed to me, so it adds some charm. No Ultra Q, though. Q the show, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, will anything ever be Ultra Q? Maybe the movie.
Maybe Ultra Q Dark Fantasy.
Various Ultra Qs that they made, We'll have
maybe
to
Dark
see.
Fantasy. We will see.
I wonder if Operation Mystery is Ultra Q like.
I know about an Ultra Q thing having a director-writer combo that I'm like, I can't wait for this.
Same. Same.
We might be thinking about the same thing, yes.
Yeah. Boy, doing writer-director notes really spoiled me on that one.
Yeah.
But...
Number 4, Sorter. I want you to know I had to switch my VPN location to this because Imgur is now banned in this stupid backward country.
Mel,
Wait, what?
I would like to inform you, I also had to switch my location via VPN to do this sorter.
Oh.
What? Wait, they banned Imgur?
He banned Imgur in the UK.
Dude, because of the, you need your fucking ID shit?
Yeah, I need to do
Oh
ID
my
verification to
fucking
use
God.
Imgur in the UK.
Jesus
What the
Christ.
fuck is happening?
And I was like,
hate the world.
here, take my ID, Mulvad. I'm in France now. It's so funny. I fully intended to mention this when we did the Kaiju sorter. I completely forgot.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
You don't need to switch servers or anything. It's just, it was really funny. Well, I guess if there's anyone listening that's in the UK that doesn't, I don't know. It'll be something to think about.
I should get a
Anyway.
VPN at some point.
Yeah, it's good.
Anyway, my top 3 were number 3, Yulian, because I respect women. Number 2,
Yeah.
Mechagearus, and number 1, Barrack Ship. Some of the coolest.
That's right.
Was I the only
right.
one without Barrack Ship as the number 1?
That's
I
because
guess
you're the
so.
only person not in the Commonwealth. You don't have that
Oh,
intrinsic
shit.
naval
That's-
inclination.
That's right. That's true.
She later DM'd me to say, please append to the sorter I'm line in my email, and my bottom 3 were 3 generic dinosaurs, who cares?
Yeah, fair play.
There's a lot of... Oh, you know what? I will say, I feel like this show, a little bit better variety on that front.
Yeah, but there was definitely like a stretch
but
of the
there's
sorter where it's like,
definitely-
who the fuck is this dinosaur versus
for
this other
sure.
dinosaur?
Like 5 to 10 of them, I'm just like, these are some kaiju-ass kaiju designs, but... I feel like the shows have been slowly getting better about having better variety and that sort of thing.
I may have seen Tiga, but I forgot every kaiju in that show, so I'm looking forward to seeing what we got.
Well, before we get to Tiga and many others, we have to watch the OC miniseries.
Mm-hmm.
That's next, right?
Yeah, we got Andrew Mellis next, but we'll talk about that after.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know if I'll get time to start any brand new shows for a while, so I may well have to see you next for the other one I fell off of. And I've been meaning to get back to Nexus. That sure is several years away. We'll find out if it's truly the post 9/11 Ultraman together. I'm sure I'll find more blood to get from the stone vis-a-vis Yuri from
Yeah.
Kent.
I salute your efforts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Godspeed.
Thank you for your email.
Thank you
for your email. That's a fucking podcast.
So that's a proper season finale runtime, and let me tell you.
That is a proper season finale runtime. I knew we still had it in us. I was like, is it gone? Is the long run time's gone? No. We're still here. So, yeah. Housekeeping. The next thing we're watching is Andromelos.
Yes, so let me walk you through this. Next week we are watching next 5 episodes of Omega.
Oh, right. I'm stupid. Next week is just an Omega week.
Yep.
So we were doing catch
Very
up
nice.
and then a release valve, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Week after that, Brad has a vacation. I have work. Golden Kamuy.
So I'll do the podcast all myself.
Yeah. Oh,
Wait,
I meant work
did you
as
say
in for
Brad
the
is on
podcast.
vacation and you have work?
yeah, work as in for the podcast.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant you were gonna be busy on Sunday, and I was like, okay, I'll record the podcast myself.
No.
What would you talk about?
I'd talk to what would I talk about? I'd talk about
You do like an audio let's play of your Crusader Kings 2 run you keep posting about.
Yeah. I can, but like without any visuals. I'll just talk through what's happening.
It'd be like an old
As
timey
I'm playing.
radio program.
Yeah, so next week, Omega 13 to 17. Week after that, another Golden Kamuy, Teacher Quarry. And then we have our next season the week after that, last week of November, first week of December, I guess, because we're recording November 30th, so that's our next season, Andromelos, which is going to be like 3 weeks a pod. It's already short.
Yeah.
It's like
How many episodes are we watching? What's the deal?
it's like there's 45 episodes in like 5 to 6 minutes, so we're doing a breakup of 15.
5 to 6 minutes. I truly don't know what this is.
Yeah,
I've got it, but
it'll be a weird one. I don't know much about it, but
Let me tell you, I'm not expecting much going in. I'm curious to see what it looks like.
Okay. That'll be okay.
and
That'll be interesting.
then we'll got like after that's like a bunch of one-off stuff, which we will discuss as we get closer to those days.
Okie dokie.
Because we also have the holidays, and we don't know how the schedule is going to go for that. But
Yeah.
at the very least, like we'll be done Andromels before Christmas because, like, again, only 3 weeks. So
Cool. Well, that's the story. Next week, Omega.
not to be confused with Ultraman Story, which is a movie we'll be watching after Andromels.
The fuck? Yeah?
That's the Monogatari.
If you want to follow us online, you can do so. Yes. On Twitter. At Ultra. Thank you for your email. _QUEUE. We are also on Blue Sky at Ultra. QUEUE. No underscores on Blue Sky. I'm also on Blue Sky. I'm at Red November. Mel, your plugs.
Hi, you can follow me. I'm nowhere. You can send email to ultrapod@gmail.com, and there's a coffee. Ultrapod.
You cannot, in fact, follow Mel. Do not do that.
You can follow
you could on Twitter theoretically, but also
you can follow me nowhere. It goes hard as like an album name or something.
Yeah, it does. Brad, your plugs.
I'm everywhere. Be invoked. You know what? I'm probably not going to be doing much posting online. I'm gonna be chilling. But yeah,
I will be posting online, listener.
We should do another BIS session.
Another what? Sorry.
Yeah, we should.
BIS session.
I'd be down
BIS,
for that.
yeah. All right, that was Ultraman 80. He has fucked off back to the star.
Yeah.
He's never coming back.
No.
We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye, funny teacher man.
Later.
敵のアン